Alrighty, so we're gonna start where we left off, you guys. We're on the ship, kind of reconvening after the possum group and the attack group kind of all did their thing. Vatoris and Yuri made their way back with Fol, the monk from the Temple of Oman, friend of Vasin. And you guys were kind of making plans. What you want to do is it's about midday. So that's where we're at. If there's anything else you guys want to do.
There's nothing in particular I want to accomplish between now and the meeting that they're going to tonight, but I do want to cast a spell on them before they leave. Or not, I don't have anything.
Well, are they, like, who's going? Are they both going?
I don't believe so.
So let's set the scene then. So instead of sitting here with their thumbs in their asses, let's make up a scene. Where is everybody at? I'm assuming you guys are all still on the ship.
Yeah,
I'm on the boat.
Yeah, I'm conversating with Brother Fol.
Okay, so I would assume Fol and Vasin are kind of below decks, and some of the private rooms down there, like the captain's and first mate's quarters. You know, you guys probably have a room. You're kind of doing your meditation and just conversing about things that had conspired with the monastery.
Yeah, that's my idea. Is just small talk about what happened between the monastery and what he knows about it and his travels. Like, it's nothing like pertinent information.
All right, so in Argyle, he's up, working on the ship. He's constantly like in his downtime. He doesn't take downtime, so he's like making sure that the ship is tidy, that all the knots are done right, everything's perfect. He's kind of like he's got Bobby the schlub kind of like hanging out with him, and he's like still like pointing out every little detail. So like, and Bobby is like taking this all in. He's becoming like top-notch sailor. Oceanus, he's below deck too. He's like he just hangs out in like the galley and does his thing.
I thought Bobby knew how to sail, or was that just like the smaller ships, and now he's learning the?
Yeah, he was like a charter fisherman, so he wasn't really like a full.
Wasn't tying knots and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was like showing locals like how to go out and catch some fish and drink beer.
I wasn't the plan, since I freed Fol, unsure if I can go to the meeting. Hence why I'm not running around town.
Well, you could run around town. I mean, you have disguises, a cloak, something. It's not like
You're wearing my
everyone in
disguise.
town is murder. I'm wearing my own clothes. I changed to clean clothes.
Not to mention, this isn't Saltmarsh. This is a city. There's
True.
1,000 people here. Wandering around every day. It's a busy main trading city. On the coast. So
we just don't want you wandering around like with us.
Oh, sorry.
In case somebody like spotted.
No, I get it. I'm not good enough for you. I understand.
Either way. What's everyone else doing?
There's a couple things I need from town, and then we'll have to figure out how we're gonna do the meeting. Making sure none of my spells take stupid shit.
Oh yeah, you asked me to like go pick up stuff for you today.
It's fine. I'll just go out by myself.
Okay.
Unless you want to go get it.
I'm down. I'm down for either one.
Yeah, any of that like mundane component stuff that like has a value that you need. I mean, assuming like besides like precious stones and things, you should be able to find most of that in like the general goods sort of stores.
Yeah, it's for fine familiar. 10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Yeah.
That must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier.
Right. So I'm assuming you go to like one of the little local markets. They're not far from the ship, and you grab all that stuff.
Perfect.
Just knock off your gold.
Knocking off my gold.
It's the middle of the day, so there's literally like people everywhere. Now is the time if you want to go out and about and not be noticed by people, because there's guards, there's travelers coming and going. There's all sorts of vendors, merchants, and
wait, I do have. Give me a second. Where the fuck are my thieves' tools?
Oh, and for the record, you guys do know that Meglar was not looking very good. He's looking pretty sick, and he says he has some business to attend to, so he'll catch up with you guys and carry on without him.
Mm.
And early in the morning, he left, and he just like wandered off through the streets, and he couldn't be stopped. So
Yeah, it looked like the Dungeon Donuts is getting to him.
yeah, he looks pretty rough.
Oh, there they are. I got scared. I couldn't find my thieves' tools. Can I look around? I don't know. Is there like a game shop that sells like cards and dice and all that shit?
Yeah, there's like a D&D shop that sells minis and things like that.
Perfect. I want to head there.
No, but there's like the general goods store, so they have all that sort of stuff like that. So
I will wander into the general store.
So
After sitting on the boat with Full, I start walking on the boat, just making small talk with everybody.
okay. So Vasin, yeah. So like the one thing you do notice is like the crew seems pretty upbeat. Like they seem like they feel like the next time you hear a lot of them talking to you, they're like, yeah, the next time we go out on the water, like, we're gonna be ready.
Nah, it's good to hear.
that's
Like,
partially because
where's everybody else?
Yuri
Where-
spends his
yeah,
free
where's your-
time ordering them around.
Yeah, and most of the crew just kind of like just shake their head and like roll their eyes at Yuri, and they take their orders from only Argo and Captain Hector.
So is Hector shopping? Is
I
Where's
am
Yuri on the
shopping.
boat?
Vatoris is shopping.
I understand that, but Hector said he was needing stuff too.
No, I was just gonna go for Vasin. If he
Oh,
had
for
it.
him. So you're still on the boat too?
Yep.
Yeah, so Vatoris,
Are
you're
you
just,
on deck, below deck?
I would probably be starting my potion below deck. I bought another brewing station, so I'd probably be setting that up below deck so I can get my potion rolling. Because
I'll like walk through and be like, Hector, when Vatoris gets back, we should have like a small, quick meeting about what we need to do to figure out what information they got from these their small mission after bringing Brother Full back.
gotcha.
brother full. All right, what's Kolos doing?
Kolos is swimming.
He's just out doing laps.
Yeah, that's it. He's
Did I walk-
reveling in the fact that there's water.
I'm gonna walk on the other decks and let all the crew members, know, and say the same to Yuri.
All right, so Vatoris, you go into like the little general goods store, and there's a little halfling woman in there, and she's like super happy to see customers, and as you walk in, there's like 3 or 4 other people just like buying random things. The guy's buying a bucket. You got another guy, he's in there buying a fishing net, and she just welcomes you and says, "So help yourself, bro. Browse around."
Thank you. And what is it? Just like what kind of like the tents and stuff like that?
Yeah, like anything that you might find in like the equipment page.
Gotcha. I'll look around with find some playing cards and a set of dice.
Yeah, and she's happy to give you a good deal on that stuff, and
Just what it costs in the DM.
yeah, whatever costs in there.
Playing cards are 5 silver,
Yeah,
and
it
the
can't be
dice
much.
set is 1.
Vatoris, you overhear like some of the guys that are shopping there talking about like the weather looks great. They have a good stretch of weather, so the fishing should be good. The seas should be pretty mellow. Procan smiles down on us, and they seem pretty jovial about this whole thing. So it's gonna be a good day.
Procan's the god of the sea, right?
God of the sea. Yep.
Gotcha.
My God.
So most sailors and fishermen kind of pray in this area. They pray to Procan for safety on the sea.
Yeah, you mentioned it before. I was just making sure I had him right in my head and not thinking he was like the god of travelers or something like that. Actually, before I head back to the ship, I want to go to the bookstore.
Okay, so you walk around the market to the other end of town. Go ahead and make a stealth check while you're walking around town.
And I'm dead.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
So you manage to just so keep a low profile. You get your hood up and you make your way to the bookstore at the other end of town.
It's the one that God, I need to remember.
Yeah,
right
Scrolls of Noble. It's
yeah.
Building number 2 on the map. I think you guys can see them labeled, right? Or no?
No.
Okay. I must have them on the GM layer. This is building over here. Like I said, it's at the other end of the market, basically, right before you get into the shadier section of the city. But yeah, you manage to just kind of slink your way into the little shop.
And it's a gnome that's behind the counter.
She's a half elf. Luthien Tallman. So you've been in there before, and she doesn't quite really recognize you, especially having your hood up. And it's quiet in here. There's one other person in here. There's a little gnomish man. He's kind of like standing on his tippy toes, looking up on some of the bookshelves, and you see him kind of like peering over his spectacles and trying to read the names of the books that are on the bindings. And she just welcomes you and goes back to sipping her tea.
I will go up to her and say, I hate to trouble you, but I'm wondering if you have any books on the undead.
Oh, books on the undead. Well, that is a interesting topic. We do have several selections of that, and she kind of points down like the third aisle. She's like, about your eye height. You can't miss them.
Thank you. And I'll wander my way down to where she pointed.
Yeah, and so you kind of like take a look and do an investigation check. Nice. You do find 2 books that seem to be what you're looking for. You kind of pull them out, and they're actually pretty dusty. They've been there a while, and the first one you look at, though, it's kind of like myths and legends of the underworld, and it looks like it's kind of like a basic monster manual. Like, these are some of the things that are out there, but there's nothing like that's going to tell you how to, if that's what I'm assuming you're looking for, how to deal with
I was trying
undead.
to find somewhere that mentions vampires, and for Hector's sake, if any of them mentions like reagents you can get from them.
But the second book that you find is more of a field journal, and it's like actual accounts of as you kind of skim through, it looks like it's accounts of a man who traveled inland and ended up finding himself cornered by a vampire coven and managed to escape with his life. In there, you kind of like scroll through and you see some of these details about stakes, work on the heart, and just at the first glance with that roll, like you read sunlight. Vampires are vulnerable to sunlight. The book, I'm assuming you want to buy it.
Yeah, I'll get both of them.
Okay. Yeah, so you bring them up to the counter, and she says, "Oh, excellent reads. They're just 2 silver apiece."
I hand over 4 silver. I thank you.
Have a nice day.
And you as well. And then there's nothing else I need. So I'm going to wander back to the boat.
Okay. So obviously, as you go back to the boat and then eventually read those, I'll divulge some information that you get out of them.
Well, I mean, I can read them. I don't know. I'll add them to my inventory. Was there anything in there? Did I notice anything in there about reagents that you can get off undead creatures, or not so much?
It depends on how much time you want to spend in the store reading the books.
We'll see what happens later tonight.
I would think that, like, you're just going to take a little bit of time for, kind of like really going through it. But just at first glance, you kind of like got the idea, like, oh, these are kind of what I'm looking for.
I'm putting them in my notes real quick.
So the one book is Marius's field guide.
Oh, the one that talks about the vampire coven?
Yeah. And the second book is more like an encyclopedia. It just says, creatures of the underworld on Toril. Alright, so I'm assuming you're going to head back.
Yeah, I'm going to head back to the ship.
Okay.
Add this shit to my...
So do we gotta like make dolphin noises to get Kolos back on the boat?
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys are up there, and like you see like Argyle, he's kind of like watching from the top deck, and he can see like Kolos is just like splashing out there, playing in the water, feeling free.
Yuri's jealous.
But I'll like whistle out. Yo, Kolos, we're gonna have a meeting in a little bit. When Vatoris gets back, come back on boat.
I was really hoping you were going to make dolphin noises into your mic. Yeah, I head my way back to the ship. I've got everything I want.
Alright, so for that, like, maybe an hour total, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys kind of all did your thing, and you all meet back up on the ship.
Do we have like I guess below deck we'll have like a little seating area, I guess, in the galley.
Yeah, let's see. Somewhere I still have the map of the ship. Yeah, there it is, the Sea Ghost.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's black and white.
Take what I get.
What are all these barrels? Is that
Those are barrels.
Barrels of booze. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like your supplies and stuff.
Pinkerton's been busy.
It's all possible.
Dude, he's gonna have a fucking. Oh my god, look how big I am.
He's so massive.
But anyway, yeah, you guys are down in the forward galley.
That's where me and Vasin is, right?
Yeah, everybody will be here.
Yeah, I'm assuming because Vasin told everybody needs to be there, right? So like all the crew. Like, are you talking officers or?
Everyone of importance. So like Argyle, Bobby the Schlub, and then our
Bobby the
main.
Schlubs, yes.
Oh, Bobby the Schlub is just made his way
moving up
right
in
on
rank.
in.
He's moving up in rank.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go get a token for Bobby the
You're
Schlub.
gonna have a. Yeah, I'm
I
about to
gotta
say
go grab
you're
something
gonna
now.
find a token for Bobby the Schlub.
There's gotta be something in here.
I think this is the second time you snubbed Bobby.
I don't have like any like schlubby enough tokens though.
And I forgot to send my letter. Fuck me. I'll deal with that later.
Well, Yuri's going to plop right down next Oceanus.
Okay. Yeah, Argyle, he kind of stands back in the corner. He's like leaning up against the wall. He's looking real cool.
Everyone here?
Yeah, all the officers I would consider officers are all here. The other act like 9 crew members are all like up and about, and like you can hear like some of them kind of like stepping outside the door, kind of eavesdropping.
So, Yuri, Vatoris, what information did you guys get about the pirate meetings?
We didn't get too much information. Actually, we didn't really get any information at all. Other than those guys were some smooth guys and seemed like good people.
I wouldn't necessarily go as far as say good people.
I look at Yuri a little strange when he said good people. Vatoris, you find anything?
We didn't get much information. We dropped it off. Apparently, they've got some operations that seems to be at least one central point. They didn't mention any others, but that doesn't mean it's the only one. It's a farmhouse they took over for stolen goods for like the hit on the road that we helped, and I use air quotes for the word helped with.
So, did you search for anything?
No, my priority shifted when I saw Full. Full?
Full?
Full.
Full.
Yeah, FOL.
I noticed his medallion, and then he wanted us to kill him. I said no. Yuri swung.
Way to throw me under the bus.
They already had this conversation with you. Like, in-game a couple hours ago, I would assume.
Your brother Full told me.
Full forgave you.
So, what is the plan now? Do you plan on going back there? Do you plan on going to I mean, did they say meet somewhere else? Like, I have no idea. I wasn't there.
What was the Goliath's name? God, I'm terrible with names.
Same.
So you're saying there was a Goliath there?
He was really big.
Yeah, all right, well, who gives a shit about his name? What did it say?
Him and a few others, they were heading back to the bar. So my best guess is to head to the bar tonight and see if we can get any information off of the everyone that's there.
How'd you escape with Brother Full?
We said no, we're not going to ride back with you in the morning. We'll just head out tonight. We went like a half mile down the road, circle back around the woods. Who is that?
That's Bobby the Schlub.
Nice.
That sounds kind of sketchy. Like, they believe that shit?
Believe what?
that you guys were just gonna leave, and then all of a sudden, Brother Full came missing?
Yes, my thoughts on the matter is that I went back, helped him leave, and then Yuri killed me. And I use air quotes and hope Yuri doesn't pull his battle axe out.
So, Yuri, do you plan on going back? If Vatoris is dead, air quotes.
I'm going back. Definitely.
So what's your plan when you're there? Like,
We need to find out where the pirate meeting is.
do you have a mouse in your pocket when you say we? Because none of us can show face there.
There's options. I got this nifty scroll that Hector got me. Hector can probably turn into something tiny, so at least he won't be alone.
Can do that. Right along.
Do you know the location of the safe house? Do you
They're
think
going-
they just moved everything out of it, like that night? Do you think it's empty all the time?
I think
No.
we could find our way back to the warehouse, definitely.
Yeah, but if they
How far away is it?
half a day's travel on carriage, right, John? Yeah, we could probably get
And
back
when's the meeting at the bar? Do you know?
tonight.
So, per se, we left to find this hideout, while someone else went to find out information at the bar.
Oh,
If one doesn't get information, maybe the others would, and get back before daybreak.
the issue is we got back in half a day, but we hitched a ride with a merchant. Unless you guys buy horses.
That's not a problem. We're in a giant city. We can get
True.
horses very easily.
There were horses there. I don't know how many are there now, but there are horses. But
Well, I mean, we could just get horses now.
that's
We just need to get this moving because we can't sit here and wait. If we're gonna go do this, we need to all do this and get going. So what do you plan on doing when you get there? How will we know that things are going okay? Should we just say if you don't come back, don't come for you, or you know what I mean?
Well, what we can do is only me and Yuri know how to get to the safe house. So if you guys are wanting to hit the safe house, I'll have to go with that group. Yuri go with the other.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is I don't think anyone else is going to want to go to a pirate bar that we're going to get spotted. I mean, it seemed like the pirates thought Yuri was, I mean, if I killed someone in front of them, I think I would be pretty high up on their priority to want to take on.
Oh, I was in.
Do you think you had
I was good to
good
go.
comms with them? Like, you were in with them?
I mean, we were drinking, hanging out, laughing.
Do you think if you went to the bar, do you think you would be safe enough and be able to play it cool enough to where you don't get yourself killed? Because we are a guild and we're not going to leave you behind. But if you're going to do something irrational, then I don't know if we could help.
I mean, whatever you guys want to do. I'm not a fan of splitting up, but whatever works. I'll be fine.
I'm just more concerned with we're trying to get information here, and we spent a whole 2 days and thankfully only brought back Brother Full. So we know nothing so far. And if you're there, they're not going to expect a bunch of people to show up at their warehouse. You know what I mean? You think Vatoris is dead.
We can't make it to the warehouse and to the meeting at the same time, huh?
No.
in the same day. So obviously I have.
Yes, you could, but the safe house team would have to leave soon.
That's why I'm trying to speed this meeting up, because the safe house team would have to leave now. The person that's going to go to the pirate bar would be chilling out, maybe drinking and, acting the part until the meeting. So that way you don't look so suspicious going there, just crawling off the boat. You remember there were shadows following us, so who's to say they don't have more out?
That's a good point.
I mean, if anyone, Hector, you have any thoughts on this matter?
I mean, I'm fine with whatever. I think.
Although hitting their safe house or whatever might not help Yuri out in any way.
Right.
How are they going to get information to Yuri there before the night's over?
That's fine, but if he gets no information, you've essentially burned that bridge.
Well, if we don't get information, we're pretty much, both bridges are burned and this was a lost cause.
Can we infiltrate the farmhouse undetected? See if we
That
find any
could happen also.
Should we find a paper trail? I'll go with Yuri as a, I'll hang out like around the corner or whatever. Send my familiar with Yuri. Keep an eye on him. If something goes down, get him out. You guys can go sneak in to the farmhouse, see what you can find. Sneak back out.
So you and Yuri stay in town while me, Kolos, and Vasin head out to the farmhouse?
So if you're seen at the farmhouse, Vatoris, they're probably going to try to kill you.
Yeah, I assume you'll be.
They're not
Well, that's the whole being seen part we're going to have to try to avoid. I think if they see anyone not part of their group, they're going to kill us or try. That part I'm not concerned about.
Yeah, they seem very attack now, ask questions never. So
Yes.
Yeah, ask full.
Yeah.
They asked him questions.
But either way, we need to make haste here. This is, if that's what you want to do. Kolos, you have anything?
No, but just remember, a stealth mission, I'm useless.
No, no one's useless. There's a use for you somewhere.
Distraction.
Yeah, I can walk right up to him.
Yeah, go up and say Candygram and fucking start singing or something.
Stripping that armor piece off, give him a 10-minute show.
Or we could just, everyone can go to the pirate bar and throw our eggs in one basket and hope they don't fucking crack.
that's the other thing too, is we can the farmhouse will be there for, assuming they haven't already emptied it out, it'll probably be there tomorrow.
The thing is, we have a lot of time. So I just think it may be there, but who knows? What if the pirate bar goes to bust and they're like, well, Yuri, something's fishy, we don't want you in here anymore, and then we just wasted the whole day waiting for him to be like, sorry man, you're not getting any information because of your shady dealings that happened.
Right. Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I think if that happens, I don't know if they can move a whole farm full of stuff like overnight. If it's a bust tonight, we'll go first thing in the morning to.
There was only.
It takes a half a day to get there.
Right. It takes a half day to get there. So unless they've already started moving stuff out, in which case we're likely to not find anything anyway, except for maybe the location of where stuff's going to.
That's literally what we're looking for.
Right. Well, that's part of what we're looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I should go to the warehouse also.
But then you're going to miss. They're going to think it's even more sus that you're not at the pirate bar.
Right.
You're like the linchpin of this whole thing of them thinking you're one of them.
That's what I was thinking we could do.
If that's what you're thinking, that you're one of them.
That's what I was thinking we could do bar tonight, and then if nothing happens, we don't get anything, we can check out the farm tomorrow.
But then we have a whole half a day of everyone waiting for one, because I'm telling you, they're gonna be suspicious of 5 guys walking in there. Like, how are we all gonna go to the bar?
We already went.
We're
We
not.
already went in there before, didn't we?
So then what? Okay, so 2 people are going to the bar. Then what is everyone else gonna do? Stand here and fucking touch each other's buttholes?
Kinda, yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to? We're wasting resources if we do that.
Is there a time
I mean-
crunch I don't know about?
Yeah,
if I-
the sun's setting and we need to go.
If shit goes south at the bar, I feel safer if Vasin's there with me than anybody, truthfully.
Yeah, but Vasin is now in complete clean shaven monk robes. I will stick out like a sore thumb if I go there. A good plan was Hector going, but I honestly think it's a waste if we wait a whole half a day. So we're wasting a half a day on part of our group not doing something. And I could tell you, I don't want to stay on the ship the whole time.
So not to metagame here, but like you said, the shadow company is around. So like the longer you guys sit in port, there's a chance that people might be onto you guys in town.
And that means more chance of them seeing Yuri coming in and off our boat, and then possibly seeing Vatoris that's supposed to be dead, me that's supposed to be dead. I'm just trying to get out of here so we're not in plain sight. If we're on the road, it's different. At least on the road, we could fight whatever's there and deal with it then. On the boat, we're kind of stuck.
We might also, I don't know, I don't have a plan for this, but we might be able to also take the same time that Yuri's going to the bar and the rest of today and see what we can find out about Shadow Company. See if we can find out who's tailing us, if we're still being followed.
Well, I believe the last time we talked to Shadow Company, they work for whoever's the highest pay. We paid the guy 200 gold, and he pretty much did whatever we needed.
Right.
So I don't think they're working for or with
Against
whomever. So it's literally for the highest bidder.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If we could find out, we could, split up, circle around, see if we're being followed.
Well, they're very hard to find.
Yeah. But now that we know that they're looking for us, if we split up, it's hard to communicate, but we could have one team go out bait and one team circle around.
Doesn't someone have anything for that?
I have my familiar. I don't have any way to.
What's a familiar? Does anyone else have a familiar?
If that's all you have, it's fine.
Not yet. In an hour, I can.
Well, perfect. We could leave it an hour and send familiars out to talk and communicate, so we're not fucking completely in the dark.
Think they communicate?
Yeah, he's just sort of like a sentinel. I can't really use him to communicate. It's sort of a one-way.
So it can alert you?
Yeah, but I can't use him like a walkie-talkie. I can't.
Can it alert us that you're in danger? Like flutter, quack, fucking rub its ass on the ground, something?
It would have to see he's in danger, fly to us, and then...
No, you can't. It can't sense stuff unless it's there. Gotcha.
It's got to be within 100 feet.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't think half of us sitting here doing nothing for half a day or chasing shadows is a good idea. More chances of us being seen looking around city for something.
Okay. And then it comes down to, do you want me to go? Because I can go either way.
I think it would be better to have at least one other person if you're going to be hidden. But if you get found, Yuri's going to be screwed.
My plan is to not be seen at all.
Can you be not seen at all?
For a couple of hours, yeah, I can go pretty.
You need some fucking impeccable timing.
Yeah, I can go be a cat for a couple, like 3 hours and hang around down the alley.
Well,
Could you be a parrot on Yuri's shoulder?
Uh,
Nothing says pirate like parrot on the shoulder.
yeah, I could, but if anything happened,
that is an option of stuff. Does anyone have any other options before we do this? Because we have to go. If we're going to go to that warehouse to search for information that may still be there, if it's only been a half a day, I don't think they took any blueprints or papers out in a half a day. They have no reason to.
Don't they constantly hit the wagons?
The wagons only have specific delivery dates. It's not like a everyday wagon raid.
Okay. Because I was gonna say they would just probably keep using it as a safe house.
Oh no, 100% they're going to use it as a safe house. But how long are they going to keep information just possibly strewn about in there? You know what I mean? If they suspect something's up, they might take it, and if something gets squashed at this meeting at the bar, they're gonna remove shit from there.
Okay, so let's just assault the safe house tonight while Yuri and Hector are at the bar.
Any other options besides that? Does anyone know of before we?
I don't have any other ideas. I just know that splitting up's probably a bad idea. I mean, it probably makes sense, but probably dangerous, at least for me.
It worked out the first time, right?
yeah,
I just look over at Brother Full.
because we're down. I mean, we're down 2 people currently, so we're splitting up even farther now.
Technically one.
It's
Oceana speaks up. Well, if anybody needs my help, I'm here.
And if you guys get caught at the safe house, at the warehouse, then that's probably big trouble for you.
Well, that's why I suggested maybe like we don't meet this certain area at this certain time. Assume something went bad. We know where each other are going, so we know where to look.
You didn't take it.
Well, the road we took back to. Well, no, that would make it farther for Hector, because I was thinking we could send the ship to be halfway between the safe house and the city. That way the ship's leaving port, we're leaving the city. Well, no, because that gives you guys nowhere to fucking...
Yeah, let's just go find horses and immediately leave, if that's what we're doing. I don't know what you're planning on doing in there, Yuri, but I pray the rolls are with you.
So, do you want me to be with Yuri or with everybody else? Because
I would suggest Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri, I have to go with them, so that way they can... Because they have no idea where the farmhouse is.
And as I say all this, I just say, may Aman be with you. And then I get up and start getting ready to go.
So Full, he says, may Oman be with you. Best of luck, brother.
I do like a bow.
And he follows you out the door, but he goes to one of the rooms and continues his meditation. Oceanus looks over at Yuri. He's like, do you guys need my help or what? Should I just stay here?
You can come with us, Oceanus.
No, I think it's best if he stays here for today. I think you're gonna have to do this one alone.
Okay. I guess I'll just stay here and keep an eye on the ship, I guess. And Argyle at that point, he walks by Vasin, kind of like side eyes him, and heads back to the upper deck with Bobby the schlub in tow. Like, wait for me, sir.
Do I notice the side eye?
You had already walked out, so he kind of like was in the back corner and followed you out. So I would assume that, like, you were already like kind of headed upstairs.
Yeah.
This is the stairs up, I guess, but technically you guys would all be on the next level.
This is the middle deck, right?
Yeah.
So after all that shit's ready, I'm gonna get whomever's going, tell them to fucking suit up, and we'll go to get horses.
All right. So who's going to get the horses then?
I would assume whoever's going is gonna go with horses because we're gonna leave right from there because it takes a half a day to get there, right?
Right.
We kind of want to get there. I'm assuming around dark.
It's gonna be
That way-
dark by the time you guys get all the way to the,
All right,
to the
yep,
safe house.
that's what I would like to do.
So who's going with Vasin to the horses and safe house?
Kolos.
Okay.
So it's just those three, and then me and Yuri are staying here. Huh?
So Vatoris, Kolos, and Vasin.
This is such a bad idea.
You'll be fine. You'll be great.
I'm not worried about me.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried about everybody else.
He'll be fine.
Taurus is gonna get killed. Especially if they spot him.
Yeah, just have
You
to
mean
know.
like they didn't do last night?
Well, they will now. I'm sure they think you freed the monk.
As I go to leave, like, oh, you got some time to kill Hector, and I'll toss him the creatures of the underworld on Toril.
Nice reading time.
All right. Sounds good. So Hector stays back and does that. You, Vasin, Kolos, and Vatoris, you guys make your way out of the port and into the market. In the like northern part of the market, there's stables. They're kind of like out near the outskirts, towards where the.
Can I be low profile?
Yeah, go ahead. You guys can all make stealth checks as you go through the city. So for the most part, you guys are pretty stealthy. Nobody really pays you mind. It's still being the busiest part of the day. Even Kolos, standing out. I mean, there's plenty of people walking around with armor on and things, so like nobody really pays them any mind. So you guys make your way out to the stables, and there's a human guy out there. He welcomes you and he says, "Oh, welcome to the Seton Stables. Are you guys here to purchase a horse, or a mule, or a cow?"
3 horses.
3 horses. Okay. Are you paying all together? Because that would be 300 gold.
Indeed, we are.
And so he brings you out back. If you got the coin, these are the best horses in Seton. Actually, they're the only horses in Seton, so I guess I got the market cornered, huh?
I'll hand him 150.
Horses?
I hand him 150 and say, "Who else shall own the other 150?"
I'll do the other 150.
Beautiful, excellent. And he brings you out there. There's no.
No?
He was talking to me.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you were just like, and then he says, no.
Sorry.
What? He just ran off with our money?
sorry. I'm trying to keep track of a lot of things. Okay, so he brings you out, and you see like he's got like these beautiful horses in the stables, and along with that, you see all the other livestock he's got. He's got pigs, he's got donkeys, he's got everything out there. And he goes, "Oh, okay, take your pick." And he stands back and he's like just opening his coin purse and just like counting all the money.
We'll walk up to all the horses and not see shit. Just take a random horse, not knowing which horse is good enough.
I mean, they all look pretty legit. They're all like the same. They're like, well fed. None of these things look like
No
malnourished or
dying
anything.
small ones for a halfling.
No. These all look legit, and for that price, he saddles them all up, and everything is included. So
Nice. All right, thank you, sir. We'll take these and we'll
thank-
be on our way.
thank you, gentlemen. And he points you down the road. He goes, there's the quickest way out of the city is that way. I don't recommend riding your horse back through the market district. I would ride around if I were you, but each their own.
Yeah, I take the guy's advice.
Yeah, riding a full horse through a crowded street doesn't sound like a good time.
Just gonna throw it out there at the strangeness of the place and the animals to Kolos. Never seen pigs or sheep or anything like that before.
They're all delicious.
As Kolos is like looking over the animals, I just start pointing at him and telling him the names of them.
Yeah, how does Kolos feel riding a horse for the first time? Is that the first time?
No, the other night when we were coming back from the wagon that's there, that's when the first time I rode a horse was. I just didn't think of it.
I would assume like Vasin's also like pointing at like the pig, and he's like bacon, and the cow's like steaks.
Oh yes, that's exactly.
Lamb chops.
Telling what it is and saying what deliciousness comes from it.
Bacon.
Bacon. All right, so you guys you make your way back around the city, and you take the scenic path around. So you're gonna leave right from there. So I'm assuming you don't even go back through the city to be seen.
Nope, we're dipping right out. I don't want to take any other chances of getting seen.
All right, so you guys make your way, take the long way around the city. It takes a little bit extra time, but overall, in the long run, you guys make it to the safe house that Vatoris leads the way right as it's getting dark. We will now go back to the whole Yuri situation. Yuri and Hector, now that it's dark, you guys make your way up to the Crimson Sky.
Yeah, I need to try something because I'm not sure how well it's going to work.
Sure.
But right before Yuri goes into the bar, I'm going to cast my Find Familiar. So it's got 3 hours on it. And I'm going to try and cast Enhance Ability on Yuri through my familiar from like 50 feet away.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So, because I can use my familiar to cast spells and stuff, I just haven't done it yet. I just want to try it, make sure it's gonna actually function the way I think.
Yeah, can you just post the enhanced ability? If
Yeah,
you have it.
Yeah, it's kind of long, but
Otherwise, I can look it up. I'm in D&D Beyond. But...
that's the one. I always click the wrong one. And I'm gonna do the
Let's see. What's your familiar?
Eagle Splendor. This time it's gonna be a little mouse.
Okay.
It can be pretty much any little small animal, like bat, crab, frog, hawk, whatever.
Critter.
Yeah, any little critter.
Okay, so Eagle Splendor. Target advantage on charisma checks. Okay. So where? Okay, so yeah, you just have to concentrate, but you're not like using your your familiar ability where you're kind of like blacked out, right? So your familiar itself is.
Yeah, so they're going with him, and I'm gonna go be unseen the best I can.
All right, so go ahead and make a stealth check while you're just kind of hanging outside the bar.
If it's getting dark, I'm just gonna turn into a cat and go hide down an alley if that's cool.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead, do that. Make a stealth check to see if anybody notices you out there. Turn into a cat.
Still. Probably.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of people still kind of hustling and bustling around, but you do it anyway, and a couple like people take notice. Luckily, there's a good chance that they are drunk that are around the bar. I guess we will find out soon enough what happens there. Okay, Yuri. So you have a tiny mouse. I'm assuming he's riding in your pocket.
I'll have to make sure I don't sit on it.
If you do, it'll just disappear, and
He comes back in an hour. All right, so you're standing outside the back door of the Crimson Sky, Yuri.
I'm gonna pound on the door as usual.
Okay. The little window opens up. What's the password?
Password's milk of the Kraken.
Aye. He shuts the door, and you hear it open up. All the locks get opened up, and the door swings open. And as you walk in, you see the bar isn't as busy as it normally is, because now it's still, it's still a little early. It's getting to be nighttime, but it's not like it was the first time you went when it was there was like a big deal going on. This night there seems to be quite a few patrons in there, but not as busy. And you walk in and you step around the corner, you see the bartender, Sherry, standing there, and she's like, I remember you. What can I get you?
Tall mug of ale there, Sherry.
Coming right up, hon. And she goes off and pours you a drink. So when you enter, Yuri, you can see the Crimson Sky. You see all the pirates around. Put you on the map here. Hector? Yeah, I would say so.
Sweet.
You're going to have to move out of range, though. I mean, what's the range on your spell? I guess it doesn't matter, because it's as long as you're concentrating on it, it's already...
Right. So I have to be within 100 feet for the familiar. So I'm thinking I'm a cat. If I can go up like on a roof or in a back alley behind a bar or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Find a little spot, like a little wooden crate or something. Curl
Yeah,
up in.
you're probably going to have to go like to the adjacent building, probably.
Okay.
Oh, does Hector hear and see exactly what's going on with the mouse, or
Yes.
no?
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
That's why he's going to go find a place to hide to...
Monitor or whatever?
Yeah, because he has to like go into like a trance to basically see through his eyes, and he doesn't want somebody to steal him. Be like, oh, kitty cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you walk up to the bar, and Sherry pours you the ale, and she's like, oh, here you go, hun. She's like, 5 copper. It's the big one. And she hands you like this massive mug.
I toss her 5 copper and take a big old gulp out of the mug, slam it down, let out a big old "Arr." That's delicious.
So when you do that, all of a sudden you see Govak stand up from a chair. He was sitting at a table, and he looks over and goes, Harvey! And he starts...
Oh, go back.
And he starts heading your way. He's like, what in the hell happened to you? What did you do with our little piggy?
I killed him. You saw it?
No, I saw you hit him. What happened to the body?
Oh. The guy that was with me talked me into leaving that night. We left. we made camp a ways down the road, and when I woke up, he was gone.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
With advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage on charisma checks.
No, don't freeze up on me now.
So he says, "You think I'm gonna believe that bullshit? The guy that you trusted, Argent told me that you specifically brought in some friends with you. So this was somebody part of your crew. You brought in. You're saying that he betrayed you and took my little piggy away." And
He
then-
did.
And as you see,
He
that,
went
like, you see the a couple of the other pirates stop to drink and put their drinks down, and they start heading your way as well.
I mean, you don't think I had anything to do with this, do you?
I'm starting to think this looks a little fishy. That you disappeared during the night as well.
I didn't want him to leave. I didn't want to let him leave by himself. I tried talking him into staying, but
I think you need to go talk to the boss. And he puts his like huge hand on your shoulder and kind of like starts directing you towards the throne, back where you look over and you see Captain Argent sitting in his chair back there. And he starts bringing you back up through the tables, and you hear like a lot of the other patrons all stop talking, and it's kind of like eerily quiet now, and everybody's kind of like parting way as Govak brings you in front of Argent. In front of Argent, right there. And you kind of look around and you see like a lot of the other pirates. They all start like circling around you as well. And he's like, "Ah, Captain! Do you remember this guy? The one you hired?" And Argent stands up out of his chair and he's like, I do remember you. Ballsy little dwarf. But Govak tells me there's a little bit of trouble. Somebody that you brought in, he disappeared with a prisoner.
he did disappear with the prisoner. But when he met back up with me the next day, I killed the prisoner and him.
Oh, you killed them both.
He turned his back on us.
Go ahead, make another persuasion check.
Hopefully this one goes better. Yuri's not too good at persuasion.
Well, from what I heard from Govak, is you seem to be a pretty stand-up guy, and I saw you in action. I guess I could take your word for it. So, what'd you do with the bodies of these two? And then Govak looks over. Yeah, what'd you do with the bodies?
I buried the monk, and I burned my so-called partner.
Nice. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty. That sounds like the truth. What do you think, boss? Well, Argent's like, I never really had a problem with this guy, but I think he'll pass. And you see him like walk behind the chair, and he comes back with a red sash and he hands it to you, Yuri, and a little rolled up scroll, tiny little piece of parchment. And he goes, well, I think you can. You'll be a fine member of our organization here, friend. And Govak looks down and goes, "Arg, ah, yeah, let's celebrate." So Urgent walks up to you and he hands you the sash and the little piece of paper. "Welcome to the Sea Princes."
Thank you, Captain.
So
Disappoint.
Urgent says, "So, I've got room on my ship. If you'd like to join my crew, we could use your help."
Would like to join your crew, but I have a little unfinished business to take care of with my so-called friends. First,
They both look puzzled. "We're your friends now. Accepting this cloth means you are a member of our fold. There's no turning back. This is blood. This is your family."
I just take the red sash and put it on my head and hold my arm out to the captain.
And he says, "Arg," and he shakes your hand. "You'll be a fine crew member. I knew I should have never doubted you. I'm a good judge of character."
Yuri just lets out a "arr."
So when that happens, like everybody else starts like going back their business. And a couple of them that are like near you, they walk up and they kind of like pat you on the back and they're like, "Oh, welcome to the princess."
Are these regular people? Is there other dwarves or?
This looks like they're all humans, and for the most
They're all
part, like,
humans?
most of them have like red bandanas or like sashes like tied to their belts. You see a couple guys that are like not affiliated, like regular looking pirate sort of folk. But everybody in here looks pretty shady.
Sounds like my kind of place.
So yeah, Captain Urgent says, "Yeah, well, we're heading out tomorrow. It's been far too long that we sat in here. I need to get out on the open sea. What do you say? Yeah, you want to join my ship, the Gold Pillager?"
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Like I said, I have some unfinished business to take care of, but I can take care of that tonight.
Well, we're partying tonight. Bartender, bring us some rounds. And then they all kind of like surround you and like force you to the table, and they go back kind of like forcefully, kind of just pushes you down into a chair. He goes, "We drink tonight. This is how the Sea Princes celebrate."
Yuri just starts slamming the mug.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Is there anything you want to do, Hector?
Not really. I'm just gonna keep an eye on everything. It seems to be going smooth, so I'm gonna just relax a little bit, and as this goes on, as you know, my familiar draws near its time to expire, I'm just gonna like poof it out of existence so it doesn't like, cause a scene.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then find a less conspicuous spot to transform back into a human, hopefully this time.
So the rest of these pirates are all kind of like sitting around with you, Yuri, and they're all just like drinking and like telling stories about, you know, the sea and some of the things that they've done and people that they've murdered and all their like crazy stories. What about you, Javi? You got any good stories to tell us?
Not really. I haven't been much for sailing.
Sit back down in that seat. Where do you think you're going, son? Have another round. Bartender.
Is this good alcohol I'm drinking this time, or am I still drinking the same old piss water?
It's the same shit.
I better get used to it.
So she comes up and she brings up a couple more of these like giant mugs, and Argent like says over to you, Yuri. He's like, these are on me, my friend. Drink up. I want to see you passed out on the floor tonight. And they all just start like chugging beer. All right, so while you're doing that, is there anything you want to do, Yuri, before we kind of switch over to these other guys?
You're dancing on a table already?
No,
I'm impressed.
that was accidental. No, I'm gonna drink and get comfortable next to go back.
Okay. All right, so then we will fast travel to the woods as you guys are kind of making your way down the trail. Kolos, Vasin, and Vatoris, you make your way to the trail and you kind of like slow down a little bit, expecting to see the guard that's kind of like at the entrance of the trail, and there's nobody out there, so it looks like a cleared path. As you kind of turn off the main trail onto the little side trail, you start making your way back into the woods. You do notice a torchlight in the distance, and Vatoris, you can tell that this is basically about where the front of the barn or the warehouse is.
Alright, I think it's time to get off the horses. Is there, on the way out here while I was riding, can I have cast Find Familiar?
Sure can. Yep.
Perfect. I now have an owl.
Okay.
Do I see this owl materialize out of nothing?
It probably would have been earlier in the day, like once we got on the road. And
Yeah,
yes,
fair enough.
it would have just popped up out of nothing.
So, tell me about this place. What's going on here? The guards inside, the layout. We need a quick plan of action here. We need to be swift.
Tell them there's a door on the front, there's a door on the back going through a barn. There's a small little, it had like a bed, the chair that Foe was tied up in. There was there were horses, and the two carts we brought back up out back, and there was around 8 guards. There was a guard.
Where do you think would be the best place to keep information you need?
Probably in the house itself, the small little house off to the right.
All right, so I think we should head to that. Should be our main objective. Don't worry about the barn. As long as we don't go in there, we won't know what's in there, and as long as we're quiet enough, we should be okay. I like side-eye Kolos.
Yeah, as you said the word quiet, I just look over at Kolos.
Yeah, I want to stay back with the horses. Holler if you guys.
How fast can you get to us?
Well, I mean, if it was water, you could probably get to us super fast. I can show you where Yuri hid while I went in to get Full.
Brother Full.
Brother Full. I apologize.
That works. I can stand there.
I don't even see you.
Can we slowly make our way up to those bushes?
Okay, we're back there.
Yeah, you guys can put your way towards those bushes over there. Yeah. So it's pretty dark and secluded. So if you take if you go wide around here, I think you don't have to make a stealth check because you're far enough away from the
same path me and Yuri took.
Yeah, if you take the far path. So you guys can put yourselves over here behind like the large grove of trees.
Oh, for some reason I'm in super. Okay, yeah. These were the bushes that Yuri stayed
Yeah.
behind. Are
So you guys do notice the torchlight, and you can see the guard kind of standing around the front gates of the warehouse.
are the doors open to the barn?
No, the doors you can see are closed. Yeah.
I just, Vatoris, are these windows on this front side that I'm seeing, or are those doors?
Those are windows. Around the little alley in between the house and barn, there's a door, and around back, there's another door.
All right. Like I just sit there and I take my gourd out and take a swig of it to like
If you want, I can send
get ready.
my pal on a quick fly around on the.
That would be perfect. I didn't know you could do that.
I can now.
Well, I'll sit and have another drink while I wait. I just take another swig.
Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what you do for a stealth mission. And I send Archimedes. That's a good name. I'll send.
I look over at Kolos and try to hand him my gourd, like give him the sign, like, "Hey, want a sip?"
Yeah, he pushes it away.
Nah, one day I'll get you to take a sip.
I'll send Archimedes around the barn just to see what's going around, see what the guard layout is, how many are patrolling.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage.
The owls, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has keen hearing and sight. The owl has advantage on wisdom that rely on hearing and sight. Cool. That's wisdom, right?
Yeah. All right. So your owl's flying around, and he doesn't notice anything except for the horses are in the back, and he actually notices. Well, you notice there's several horses. You don't see the wagons that you remember that were out here last time.
Is it just the one guard patrolling around?
You don't know.
Okay.
But like in the open clearing, Archimedes saw a whole bunch of horses in the back, but no wagons. Within the trees and everything, everything is obscured by the canopy. He can't really tell.
Gotcha.
So what'd your owl see?
Carts are missing. There's horses in the back. Is this the
What
only
about the
guard?
windows? What about the windows? Anything inside the building?
I didn't have him go into the.
I mean, you can fly by a window, right?
I mean, I can try. Don't kill my owl already. I'll have Archimedes fly by maybe right in between the alley.
Okay.
See if he can't peek into the windows in between.
Okay. Go ahead and make another perception check then. So like he goes to fly up to the windows, and the windows on the side alley are they're pretty you say like dirty, so they're kind of hard for him to see through. So when he like looks through the back window, he doesn't see anything in the back, like where you remember like Full was tied up in the chair and stuff. You just see the empty chair and like the bloody rags, but he kind of like can't get a good view around the rest of the room.
All right.
Did he notice anything in the warehouse?
The warehouse windows are pretty much all like sealed up
That's right.
with
They're
boxes,
blocked off.
so
They're blocked off with boxes. I'll relay that information. He didn't see much other than where they were holding Brother Full.
All right. So which way did you go in? How'd you get in?
Circled around, waited for there was one guard circling around. I waited for him to pat by, and then I snuck around to the back door, picked the lock, and his chair was right next to the back door on the house.
Would you be able to have your owl watch over this area that we're standing in, so if someone comes, he could hoot and alert us, and specifically Kolos, who's most likely going to hang here while we're searching, so we know if he's getting in trouble.
Absolutely. I'll have.
And then I think we should try to get into the building. I mean, if we don't see anybody, I don't see the danger.
Do we see this guard?
Yeah, you guys see that guard.
Yeah.
Because he's lit up. He has a torch, so he's just kind of like
Alright.
hanging out doing his lazy guard tactic.
I'll
Just doing
have-
that, I just like whisper to myself, 1, 2, 3, and I just fucking dash for the thing.
Oh my god. I'm gonna stealth.
Okay.
I did stealth. That's why I rolled it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it go off. I thought you were just. Oh my god. That was horrible.
Hold on, let me just check there. Sorry about that. I should put things in order and make it easier to find shit. Okay, so what'd you guys roll?
19.
19 and 12. Nice. So yeah, so you guys like rush over there, and for a second there, Vatoris, you think you see the guard kind of like look in your direction, and his head kind of like, he turns to look at you, but then you like quickly realize he doesn't notice you as you kind of like make your way up to the corner of the building. And Vasin, like you were just like a flash. You like dashed so fast across the ground that like nothing saw you.
I'm gonna. Once I catch up to Vasin, what's in that fucking bottle? Jesus Christ! And then I'm gonna motion him this way. I'm gonna have Archimedes on this corner of the building, so that way if he starts hooting,
Gotcha.
Kolos knows what's up. And then I'm gonna tap Vasin on the arm. I'm gonna lead him up. That way.
And why is he gonna hoot if he sees somebody coming?
Yeah, to alert us and Kolos that there's a guard coming. I mean, it's an
Alright.
owl. They're outside. It's nighttime. I'm, assuming that's almost common.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm not making him like roll stealth or anything. I mean, it's an owl. I mean, he's pretty
It'd be
common.
different if we're like in the desert during the day.
Yeah.
Take a peek around the corner, see if there's anyone around here.
Okay, make a perception check.
Fucking these 12s tonight, man.
We have disadvantage because it's dark. So go ahead and roll me another.
That's what the owl's for.
Yeah, so you don't see anything. It's
Coast is clear. Let's go.
pretty dark back there behind the barn.
The way I like it, nice and dark.
I'm gonna carefully check the door and see if it's unlocked.
As he does that, I slowly reach up for my gourd and take a sip and like look around while he's fumbling with whatever he's doing.
Okay, while you're like messing with the door, all of a sudden you hear the door from the opposite side slam shut.
Oh, corner, go, go, go. I'm shoving Vasin around the corner.
Make a stealth check.
You think the rogue would know exactly where that is?
Nice. Yeah, you guys, kind of like rush around the corner through like the cobblestones and the rocks are kind of like lining this place. But like two ninjas in the night, nobody hears anything.
Is there a window right here?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so now as you guys kind of like cross over the window, you see the interior of this place start to get illuminated from like a torchlight or candlelight. So and you guys can kind of see into the room a little bit here.
Do we see anyone that walked in?
Working on it.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
So yeah, so let me see. So from where you guys are, no, you actually do not see anything around that window.
We just heard a door
Yeah, you heard the door.
close to the building, so we don't know if someone left or entered.
So actually, like from your vantage point, I think you would see the door as well. So like, you can actually see like most of the room like this way. You can see the door closed. Put it that way.
Okay. I don't see anything in there.
Neither do I. Take a peek around the corner.
All right. I'll like peek my head up.
Sorry if I made you spill any of your drink.
I never spill. Oh, sorry. I rolled twice. It's 22 or 19. Disadvantage, right? So 19.
To do what? What are you doing?
I was gonna peek around the corner to see if anyone's coming.
Oh, like from like behind.
I
you?
rolled, yeah.
Okay.
No, like I was over here again. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna come
okay.
back.
What'd you roll? 19. 19.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah. Yeah. So you kind of like look back and you don't see anything behind you, but you do hear like what sounds like somebody like step on a branch back in the woods from like this direction.
Oh shit! There's pointing in the woods, trying to like make like hand gestures that someone's coming from the woods.
Okay. Go ahead, Vatoris. Make an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence or like an investigation?
You can do investigation. It doesn't matter.
It does, because I have a lot to investigation.
Insight.
Man, that's where I use my natural 20?
Seriously, yeah. Vasin makes some signals. He's like, there's something's out there, and you know exactly what he means. So, you also, with your investigation, you can like stop for a second, and you also hear like somebody walking like in the woods, right behind the barn.
I'll slightly tug on.
To the alleyway.
Alright, let's go. Quietly.
I say.
Oh my god.
So,
How is that stealthy?
so
I used my key.
Oh,
it's
Jesus
freaking-
Christ.
freaking stealthy. Yeah,
Is that-
you guys are both stealthy enough. Oddly enough, you run around the back of the building, and
Thank God I have fucking plus 10.
so now there's a little bit of dim light like coming through here.
Is there anyone in the alleyway?
No, but I'm gonna say there's also like a window on this side. There's like windows all the way around this place, and you can see a little bit of light come like into the alleyway. So you get a little bit of dim light in the alley.
I'm gonna walk down, and check
Yeah,
the window.
Check the window, see what we can see.
All right.
And if there's nothing, if I see no human beings inside, I'm gonna whisper to Vatoris to try to open the door.
Yeah, so as you like look down that other window, you see the torchlight or the candlelight kind of light up the other part of the room, and you see a figure in armor, kind of like stumbling around, like going through this desk that's over here.
Fuck.
I second that statement. What are we gonna do about him?
If there's only one.
We know there's at least one other guard and someone stumbling around the woods. Or something stumbling around the woods.
But there's only one.
And one can scream for help.
Did you bring your tampon today or something? I just take another swig out of my gourd.
Why are we stealthing if we're just gonna murder everyone?
There's only one. How is that everyone? What the fuck?
All he has to do is scream. That's it. All he has to do is yell out and everyone comes running.
Oh, so I think we should just leave and not get any information. That sounds like a better idea.
Kick the door in, let's do this shit.
On a side note, I love how the monk has no patience today. He's like, fuck everyone. He's like, we're doing this.
I walk back over to the door.
Okay.
Better be fucking ready.
I pull out my crossbows. There's a candle lit in there, right?
Yeah.
Wait. How about I not kick the door in, and we try to creep it open, and you sneak up behind him and do your stabby thing?
I can try to do that. I'll put my crossbows away.
I mean, it's odd thing to think. Maybe the rogue would try to be stealthy and stab him in the throat or something. That's what you guys do, right?
Some do.
I didn't know you guys hide out in bushes and just hide
I prefer taking.
and run.
I was a bounty hunter.
What?
not
You're a
thief.
what?
I was a bounty hunter.
When the hell? Why didn't you tell us that?
I've been a bounty hunter.
Well, we didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I pull my short swords out and very slowly and stealthily open the door.
All right, make a stealth check.
Oh, you mean those things that I've been rolling awesome on?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's better. It's better. A little bit.
Okay, so the door opens up, and it doesn't squeak or anything. You manage to like very quietly, and you as you enter, you see the man kind of like standing with his back to you, and he's kind of like hunched over, like rifling through these drawers.
I'll follow behind him. It's stealthy. Rolled 18.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right up behind him, and I'm gonna try to jam one short sword through the side of his neck, and the other one I'm gonna shove through a kidney.
When he does that, I want to run up and try to like cover his mouth.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll an attack at advantage there, Vatoris.
I don't think I've used my swords yet. I gotta find them.
And
Why is
let me
nothing
see if
fucking showing up?
And Vasin, make a dexterity check. Acrobatics. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh shit! I just thought I rolled a fucking 6. I'm like, how is
Why?
that possible? I have plus 10.
Why is it?
He tries to
hold
grab
on.
his mouth and instead you slap him. Okay, so
Give me a second. Hold on. I think I figured out what was wrong. Yep, that's what was wrong.
you gotta roll the hit first.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Oh, advantage.
Okay,
18?
so luckily you have advantage. Yeah, so you walk up behind this guy, and Vasin grabs a hold of his mouth, and you take one of your short swords and you just jam it right into his side. What was the damage? Go. I don't know.
You can take
Reroll
the
it.
first one if
Yeah.
you want. It's
Yeah.
6 and 13
We'll
if you
take the
want.
6
or
and
you can
13.
roll.
That's fine.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Boom.
Hopefully, I punctured both of his lungs.
And then we'll roll for initiative.
Oh no.
I gotta put the little combat tracker up. Okay. Oh, gotta clear it. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, so as you like stab into this guy, he tries to scream out in pain. But Vatoris is like holding his
Are
mouth
you?
shut.
Well,
I'm assuming I'm not rolling for initiative because I have no clue this is going on.
I pray you do not hear it from as far away you are.
Yeah, I mean you're like back through the bushes. I mean you can see the light now coming through the window, Kolos, but I don't think you'd still know what's happening. So
Yeah, I didn't get a hoot or anything.
yeah,
so.
it's dead silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the owl's on the outside, so yeah, he doesn't know what's going on either.
you can have him roll, because just in case shit hits the fan, that's gonna be. I'm gonna have Archimedes hoot. So that way he's already on there, unless you just want him to roll whenever he joins.
Well, I think the only way Archimedes is going to hoot is if anyone runs past. I believe that's how we have him set up. You know what I mean? Unless you could telepathically say, "Shit's going down." I'm not positive.
I can, as long as it's within 100 feet, I can telepathically tell him to start.
All right, yeah.
Here, I'm gonna give you control of your owl, actually.
If Kolos comes running, we know people are coming because he is not stealthy. I mean, you could always try it, but
There's
Clink,
pretty much
clink,
no point.
clink.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see you do like a, what was that, 30 feet to the door, to that window? Yeah, you get
Just
to the
jump
window and then jump through it with your shield forward. That'd be dope. Like, ha ha! And all the action's done.
So Vatoris, does that work? Do you have control of the owl now?
Yep, I have
Perfect.
control of the owl.
Nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my stupid little pop-out windows. All right. Okay. Wow, he's terrible at rolling.
Jesus.
All right, so go ahead, Vatoris. So you just like jammed a sword into this guy's throat. He's like spewing blood all over his armor.
I've already got him out. Might as well keep using him. 20 to hit
Oof, that'll hit.
for 17 damage.
Oh, nice. You're just like violently over there, just stabbing him with this short sword. But he's still standing.
18 to hit
Oh, 18 hits.
for 5.
Nice. Yeah, and he's struggling, and he looks pretty hurt now. Is that it for your turn?
That is it for my turn.
Okay, go ahead, Vasin.
I'm gonna, since I'm holding him, from screaming, I'm gonna just use my other arm and punch him across the face.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Oh, 21 will hit.
For 6.
Yeah,
Oh, you rolled a 1.
That is sad.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
So if you wanna hold his mouth, it's gonna cost you your other action. What would have been your action?
I
Your
was
bonus action.
thinking about. Wait, what was that again?
So you'll have to roll an athletics
had
check
to do
this time
acro-
to see if you
okay,
can
this
hold
time?
on to his face.
All right, and then I still could use a bonus action, right? Since
Yeah. Do you have 2 attacks?
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead then.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
All
gonna
right, I was
say,
going to use my bonus action to stunning strike him.
Okay.
So he's got to roll a con save. Ooh,
5.
failed. So he's stunned, and then I'll still try to restrain his mouth with my other action. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's what I figured. So go ahead and make an athletics check. Yeah.
11.
All right, against his 20. So you try to like hold your hand up to him as he's getting stabbed, and he just manages to kind of elbow you and break your grasp. So and then he yells out, "Ah, boys!"
But can he yell out if he's stunned?
Oh wait, actually, I was gonna look up. If you're stunned,
I think you're incapacitated. You can't do anything, right?
The other thing I was gonna say is
I'm not positive how it works, but
yeah, we're just looking up. Stunned condition. It says stunned creature is incapacitated. It can't move or speak. Only falteringly. What does that mean? Can speak only falteringly.
so I don't think he could shout out, but he might be able to like mumble like gibberish shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's probably just like, "Ugh." Probably not loud enough for anybody in another building to hear him. So
Here's to hoping the guard hasn't wandered by.
That's my turn.
okay. So yeah, so
I
attacks
look over to
against
the
him have
torch.
advantage
Finish this
now.
fucker. Finish this piece of shit. Fucking scumbag pirates.
Okay, so
This is for Brother Foal, motherfucker.
this is for full.
We're silent. We silently take this dude out, and then Vasin's over here cheering and yelling like, "Woo! We did it! Yeah!"
So he can still
think he's-
attack, right?
I think he's incapacitated. He can't do nothing.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's why. I'm like,
yeah, stun sucks.
yes. So if you're incapacitated, you can't make any actions or reactions. Okay, so that brings up Vatoris again.
Stabby, stabby. Oh wait, I get it. Is that?
Advantage.
Oh,
He's-
Yeah,
Then you
you
get
have,
advantage?
yeah, you have advantage. An 18
18?
hits.
for 16 points of damage.
Nice. So as you do that, how do you finish him off?
Fucking just ram that fucking sword straight through his throat.
And he falls over right on the table, like arms spread out, and you can just see the blood like pouring out all over.
I
all
want
over
to
the
try to
desk.
catch him and like so he doesn't make too much noise.
Okay. Make an athletics check. Yeah. So you manage to like get underneath him, and you hold up his heavy frame, and kind of like gently bring him down to the table, but he's still laying there in a massive pool of blood.
I'm gonna pull my sword out and clean both of them on his clothing.
I don't hesitate after his body hits. I just immediately start looking through everything I can find in there.
And then once I clean my sword off, yeah, I'll go check out. Is this a desk or a cabinet?
Do you want investigation?
Yeah,
or...
do an investigation check on this desk.
Oh my god!
All right, so all right, so you guys are both looking at the desk, and at the top of the desk, you kind of like carefully move his body off the desk, and he has this. He's laying on top of like this ledger book, and it has all of the information of all the shipments, everything that they've collected from their ambush, their raids on these wagons.
Nice.
What's this called? This is sorry.
You're fine.
I don't know if you want to know what specifically is on there, but I'll kind of go over it real quick. I'm just trying to find.
Does it have important information on where the shit goes?
Okay, so it does not say where the shipment goes, but it does give you like a total of everything. You can see for the past like 4 months all these hits that they've had. It shows that they hijacked a total of 5,342 gold pieces, 8,700 silver, 8 crates of dried rations, 3 crates of candles, lanterns and oil, 3 crates of pickaxes, shovels, hammers, chisels, rope, pulleys. But you do notice like the blog books, they don't make any mention of any of those canisters.
Okay. I'm gonna want to search this guy too while we're here. Maybe he's got a note from someone why he's here, like his orders, kind of. You know what I mean?
Sure, you can make an investigation check on him.
Oh yeah, come on, baby.
Okay, well that's enough. As you kind of like search through his pockets a little bit, you do find a little rolled up scroll, a little piece of paper.
So unroll the paper and take a quick glance. I don't want to take too much time in here, so I'm trying to like get as much information and just like pocket everything and just like so I could look through it later.
Okay, so let me show that to you real quick then.
Let's go look it over the cabinet over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
What's your name, Vasin? Alright, so you should be able to see this letter. It says go back. Oh, there goes that spoiler alert.
Dude, I fucking love the writing. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah, so pretty sure that's all you find from him. So Vatoris, you're checking the cabinet over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the corner, is it just the chair?
Yeah, like the bloody chair with like the cut ropes and stuff are still there. Like they never cleaned any of that up.
Weird, pirates never cleaning.
Yeah, they got other things to do, like drink and steal.
Hot damn.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, you open the this cabinet up and you find 3 heavy crossbows, 60 crossbow bolts, 2 short swords. So this is like a little like mini armory they have.
I will How wide will it all fit in the bag of holding?
I don't know if a heavy crossbow will fit. I mean, what's the diameter? You said it was like. Well,
2 foot, I
fit,
think. 2 or 3 foot.
Yeah, I'm sure like the bow across the crossbow will probably fit in there.
Yeah, I'll just, if nothing else, it's equipment for the crew.
So 60 crossbow bolts, 3 heavy crossbows.
I feel silly for buying that one.
As I'm standing here searching for stuff, I'm like taking swigs out of my gourd. It's almost like a nervous tick, kind of.
It's like he has to do it.
As I'm searching and looking for other shit. There's nothing else in the room. It was just this table and then
That was
this.
it.
There's
And
no
then
other shelving.
That's it, and just the bed.
Right, so I like kind of go over to Vatoris and see if he wants to try to lug this guy in bed and make it look like he's sleeping,
I look at all the blood that's all over the floor.
and just pull him in there anyway and blow out the candle. And they're not gonna fucking look
All right.
till
let's
morning.
do it. I'll give you a hand helping lug this
God,
asshole into
always
the bed.
such a negative Nancy. It's just fucking action.
I'll pull the blankets back.
Okay,
I need help carrying him. Jesus fuck.
So I'll just have you guys both do a sleight of hand check. Nice. Yeah, so you guys like easily enough to kind of like bring him over there, and you quietly tuck him in bed,
And then I cover him with the blanket.
cover him with a blanket. Nighty night.
Do we need to did you get anything off of him? I just got
I
weapons.
got this letter, but I didn't really read it.
You want to meet back up with Kolos, pull back, see if do we need to check out the
Well,
warehouse?
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have. I don't think they would have much information in there. I would think at the warehouse is where they store shit, not where they keep documents. There's a small chance. Do you want to take that chance?
Well, then we'll go out the back door, meet up with Kolos, and we'll head off into the woods.
But didn't we hear that noise in the woods?
You got the guard sitting right out front if we go out the front of the alley.
It's not right out front. I mean, we snuck up to the window to that side.
We can give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, you got your owl there.
I stealth my way up to the front of the alley, and I'll look through my familiar's eyes just to see if he can locate where the guard is.
All right, so both of you guys make another stealth check then, going down the alley.
Stealth check.
Dang,
Nice.
that was
Yeah.
low.
So you guys easily enough make your way down the alleyway, and your owl just because the guy has the torch, he's just making his rounds now. He's kind of like only on the edge of the building. He's facing your way with the light, or the torch, but he doesn't seem to be moving very much. Like almost like he's just moving back and forth across the front.
I'll grab Boston's arm and be like, let's wait for him to patrol away.
Just see how close he gets to Kolos. Kolos is still in the bushes. Do you remember the way he walked last time? I'm sure they have like a specific area they gotta patrol around.
He circled the whole building, and
The building or the bushes? This is important.
he didn't go around the bushes. He went in between the building and the bushes.
In between the building and the bushes, and then I point like over here.
Yep, and I point over there as well. Except last time he circled the whole barn and everything, and he was coming from...
The opposite way.
We can see his torchlight, right?
Yeah, you can see him clearly.
So I'll tell, and he can't see down this alleyway. It's dark, right?
It's dark. He can't. I mean, it's like 40 feet away. He probably could, but he's also not actively looking for you guys.
Yeah.
You've passed every stealth check, so.
Suggest pass back deeper into the alleyway so he can't see us, unless he's like
You gotta be
hears
clear.
something and notices.
Yeah, but you gotta remember there's a door that goes into the barn right here.
I realize this,
Right?
but right now we have a guy padding here. Do we hear anything, like any noise coming from the barn?
Oh, go ahead and make a perception check. All right. Yeah, so in the barn, you hear footsteps. You hear people definitely walking around. You hear some voices. You can't make out what they're saying, but you definitely hear at least 2 or 3 distinct voices.
You make your owl like do a flyby and scare the fucking shit out of him. We'll make a break for it.
But in that time, you guys also notice, you look back and you see the torchlight kind of fade away as he moves away from the edge of the building again.
Yeah. Well,
Now's our chance. Go.
1, 2, 3.
You guys are just way too stealthy. So yeah, you make your way back, no problem, over to Kolos.
Are you sad that you couldn't bring all of them down on us?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Every stealth check. Nice.
Let's get the fuck out of here. I've got a piece of paper. I briefly looked at it. It looks like it's gibberish, but it may mean something. We'll have to investigate it more when we have time. Right now, we got something, and hopefully it's what we came for. Hopefully Yuri had better luck than us. And then head to the horses, and I guess it's going to take another half a day to get back. Do you think we'll be able to get back without being... I mean, we'll get one thing of exhaustion, right, if we don't rest?
Probably, because it's going to take you guys... It's going to be like late night, or like, early morning. Like, it's going to be like 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that by the time you get back, so... You're not going to get a full night's rest.
It was 3 heavy crossbows and 2 short swords and 80 crossbow bolts.
60 crossbow bolts.
Like when we get far enough away to where our horses are and safe, I just like, so Kolos, have a lot of action over there? What are you doing? Daydreaming? Stargazing?
Nothing. I was literally watching your owl.
Man, that sounds fucking...
Once we get away and we're into the woods and everything, I'll have the owl fly up and land on my shoulder.
Okay, and you guys start heading your way back through the night, and you can ride the horses pretty hard, and like I said, you can probably get there, save almost like an hour off the trip, unless you wanted not, kill your horses, but...
I'd prefer not to kill the horses,
Okay.
but I mean, do we want... that's one I'm just gonna... Do you want to rest, or do you want to push on? Kolos, Vatoris? As our horses are riding next to each other, I'm asking you guys.
Honestly, I'd say ride, just because in the event that something happened with Yuri and or Hector,
Yeah, that's right.
we'll be tired.
Right.
But
Whatever.
have you
But
had
at
a
least they have
chance?
backup.
Have you had a chance to read the letter yet?
It's gibberish.
Gibberish.
You'll see when we get back to the boat. There's no time.
We're riding.
There's nothing but time.
We have all the time in the
We're
world.
riding horses fast to get back to town. I'm gonna sit there and pull a fucking scroll out, unroll it while I'm trying to ride a horse, and show you guys this note.
Yeah, you guys are like double
I
time
mean, are
riding
you
these
serious?
horses.
But yeah, I know we're riding, but I mean, you gotta think of it as you're riding, and then you trying to unwrap this scroll while you're riding a horse as fast as you can to get back to town.
Why
Are
we
you gonna be
going-
able to read it?
Why are we riding back as fast as we fucking can?
Because we're gonna get back in time in the morning.
In case Yuri needs help. You guys talked about that.
All right, fuck it. Spurs to the horse. Let's go.
Not to mention, though, you guys also can't see. None of you can see in the dark, well, except for Kolos. So you guys are just trying
And
I
we
have,
just murdered a guy, and maybe they might look for us, or someone that killed the guy there. Maybe there are people following us. So I think haste would be better than just hanging out reading a note.
Yeah, but you guys probably... I mean, I'm sure Vatoris, you cast light, and you guys just ride like the wind and make your way back to Seaton. In the meantime, we'll go back to the Crimson Sky and see what Yuri's going to do here. So Yuri, like a couple hours of just drinking goes by. Can you make Constitution saving throw.
Starting them off right.
Regardless of what I roll, your is shit-based.
Perfect. Yeah. So the pirates are all pretty much shit faced. They're all like I said, telling stories, and the ale is flowing. At this point in the night, like a lot of the other patrons show up. There's a big celebration going on, and a lot of them are like, "Oh, this is Javi, new member of the Princess. He's gonna kill more Keelan seamen than anybody else." They're like praising you, like this guy's great. So what do you want to do, Yuri?
I want to tell them that I have a plan to kill King Scotty.
Okay. So like Govek's like he's like all like drunk and he's like trying to like get down on your level. Being 7 foot tall, he's like squatting down. He's like, "Tell me more about this, little buddy."
Getting down on one knee.
So how are we gonna kill this guy?
Actually, a couple of my mates that were here with me before are going to kill him.
What the fuck are you talking about with these mates?
I just orchestrated the plan.
Go ahead and make a deception check. At definitely disadvantage. And he's like,
Oh,
"This doesn't even make any fucking sense. I've been drinking a lot, but this still makes no fucking sense to me. I don't know about you, man. I don't know. Let's talk about this in the morning." And he puts his arm around you, and like as he does that, he like kind of like passes out and falls over on the table, and he's like kind of pinning you down to the table.
shout out, "Get him off me. Get him off me."
Half of them are all like just laughing, like, "Ah, this is funny shit." Argent gets up and he's like, I'm out of here. I've had too much to drink. Let me help you out with that." And him and a couple of the other guys, they grab a hold of the Goliath's arms and they just pull him off the table, and he just collapses on the floor. And Argent, he tips his hat, and he ends up just strolling back out of the bar. As he walks away, you see him kind of like check his holster on his hip there for his fancy little gun he's got there, and he just nods at the bartender and flips her a gold coin and heads out.
I'm gonna lift my mug up and just pour a little bit out on Grovek. Oh, just a little bit.
Yeah, and everybody notices, and they're all like, you're in right now with the pirates. Govek seems a little suspicious of you, but obviously he's not doing much now that he's passed out drunk on the floor.
So I'm gonna turn to this other guy on I guess it would be on the right of me, and ask him where we meet to shove off tomorrow.
So this guy's like, because you're like half drunk, pretty much when you're saying it. And he's like, "Oh, you go off down the shore down there."
I just completely disregard what he said and nod my head and say, "All right," and stumble towards the door.
Okay. All right, yeah, you make your way across the bar to the door, and Argent, Captain Argent, you see he's already gone. He's already headed out.
So I'm gonna help the door myself.
Okay.
Take my red sash and jam it into my pocket. And as I head out the door, I'm drunk, but I'm kind of looking around for Hector, not really drawing any attention or making any noise. I'm just kind of looking around for him.
Yeah, so you head out, like outside the front of the bar, and yeah, you don't see Hector anywhere. He's not around. So Hector, yeah, what were you doing the whole time? I know you were like up on the building, just gonna watch from the building, probably, right, to see if he comes out.
So after, because I only have so much time, so after he starts drinking and I'm not worried about him getting like killed. I'm gonna take off and find someplace I can.
Yeah, transform him back.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anywhere near the bar.
Okay. Yeah, and I would say like as a cat, like hiding up on the roof and then getting your way down, like you manage to like walk around and avoid people, and now it's late at night as you find a dark alleyway and transform back into yourself. So yeah, you would have done that while he was in the bar for, like probably like an hour and a half into his drinking session.
Yeah, and then I just want to spend some time like getting to know the area a little bit better, getting really familiar with like the ins and outs, like where the alleys are, where any sort of suspicious people might be ducking in and out of, and that kind of thing.
Okay. The one thing you notice, like while you're doing that, you see like a heavy population of people that are like also eating that black tarish sort of substance. Some of them it looks like it's like more of like a beef jerky, and some of them it's more like a tar. You see like there's like as the night grows, you see like this kind of like heavier like drug population start coming out, and you kind of get the gist after like sitting around outside for a couple hours that like it's kind of an epidemic here in Seaton.
Is the newt liver?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But other than that, yeah, it's a typical like Friday night in Seaton where there's a lot of drinking going on, and this part of the city is not really well guarded or anything, so you see several like sea princes actually walking into the bar and stuff, like wearing their colors out in public. Like they ain't scared of the law.
No guards around this area?
No.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's pretty much. I don't have a whole lot of stuff to do tonight. I'm just gonna wander around for a bit and take a very indirect route back to the ship.
Okay.
After, wow.
Yeah, after a couple of hours, you guys, both. I'm sure Yuri, you're gonna do the same thing. You make your way back to the ship.
So I'm gonna make my way back towards the ship, I guess.
Okay.
Walking slowly, obviously.
Yeah, you're also like stumbling all around the town, so it takes you a little bit of time to get back to the ship. So eventually you make it back, and everybody else is already back, with the exception of Kolos, Vatoris, and Vasin, who end up getting there, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or so by the time you guys are all back together on the ship, and the guys on horses are like completely exhausted. So I don't know what you guys are planning to do, and Yuri and Hector, when you get back to the ship, because it's probably only like midnight for you guys by the time you get back to the ship.
Yeah, I just want to check on my potion, make sure everything's going as intended, and wait for Yuri.
Yeah, a little while later, Yuri stumbles up into the ship, and you hear him kind of like loudly like barking for something to eat and trying to like boss around some of the crew who are just like really, dude.
And I've also put my red sash back on
Okay.
before I walked onto the ship.
All right. So do you guys go to bed after that?
No, I'm gonna stay away from everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it, like the wee hours in the morning, yeah, you guys hear the sound of the horses on the cobblestones as Vatoris, Kolos, and Vasin make their way down to the docks and head up onto the ship.
Where do our horses go?
That's what I was wondering.
I don't care. I just leave it and then get up on the boat.
So, is it morning now, or
Well, the sun's not up yet, but it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 in the morning.
so Yuri's still kicking? Not passed out or nothing.
Where is Yuri?
He's up on the top deck of the boat, standing there.
Do I notice the red sash on Yuri's head?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like blatantly you would notice
You
it.
can't miss it.
I just walk up and rip it off him and throw it on the ground.
Hey,
What is this
watch
shit?
it, buddy. I got this at the meeting.
Don't wear this sash around me again. The sea princes took part in destroying my monastery.
Well, the Sea Princess took part in murdering my family.
So you're gonna wear
Why
the
would you
Western
support
hat?
their colors?
I'm not supporting their colors. They welcomed me in.
Why would you join them if they killed your family?
Well, for one, I didn't really have much of a choice. Kind of like,
Everyone has a
When-
choice.
well, I didn't feel like dying, and
Well, are you
guys-
joining them or are you not joining them and just joining them to get information? There's a difference. One, you don't have to wear their colors around, especially on our boat where pirates are not welcome in this city. If it's a disguise, then it's a disguise. But wearing it all about doesn't make it a disguise. It's like you want to join them.
I don't want to join them. Like I told you guys before, we need to infiltrate and take them out from within.
I understand this.
They happen to take a liking to me for some reason. Not really sure why. I think I'm one of the only people that can hold their liquor around them.
As soon as you said that, I just get my gourd out and hand it to him. When I see that red sash, I just black out and just see
red-
my monastery destroy. I
See
cannot
red.
stand. The sea princes will all fall.
Well,
And after I hand him the gourd, I take a big swig out of it. I'm exhausted. We got very little out of the barn.
Well,
You would have been proud of Vatoris. He stabbed a guy in the throat. He finally took the tampon out.
stabbed a guy in the throat.
Oh yeah.
Go back?
No.
No, he did not. I don't even know the guy's name. I didn't ask.
That would be the guy that wasn't go back, but like his underling, right?
Are you on the deck with us, or
I'm talking to John actually.
It's whatever you remember. Take a history check.
I don't remember his name.
I got it written down here somewhere.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember.
He seems somewhat familiar. I might have met him before.
I
Anyway,
mean, you know that he looked different than the rest of them, so I mean, he didn't look like the
So-
other peon, like the guys that were doing all the heavy lifting.
So when's the meeting? Do you guys know?
I have this scroll that I got from them. I pick up the sash and hand it back to Yuri. I was like, make sure this is hidden until you're out of the main part of the city, or the king may try to kill you.
Just so you guys know, I'm a traveler, not a sea prince.
That like as he says that, I like pat him on the shoulder and say, that's good to know. And then I take another swig of my gourd and hand him the gourd.
I take a big old swig of it and hand it back to him and just turn around and start stumbling away.
I'll like head back to the lower decks to try to get a short rest in.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing then?
I'll also take a short rest.
Same here.
All right.
Yep. When they come back, just go back.
Yeah. So you guys wake up after you take a little rest and sleep for a couple hours, and you wake up the next day. You're all definitely suffering from some exhaustion, but you get up as late as possible. But the sun comes up, and it's summertime in Seaton, and you can feel the sun just like warming the ship up. And again, like the town just starts bustling early in the morning. You hear all the ships coming in and all the workers, and it's the next day. This is the third day in Seaton.
I wake up and I go to the main deck and I do like some stretching, and then I just sit there and do a little meditation.
Quick question: is that going to count as a long rest or just a short rest for the night?
It's just gonna be a short rest.
Ooh.
Yeah, because you guys only slept from like 3 o'clock in the morning till like 7.
Yuri wakes up all hungover, feeling like dog shit.
Oh yeah, I bet you Yuri's really feeling like shit.
After
Grumpy.
that, I'll inform everyone, show them what I have. Show them the letter from the guy we killed.
Okay.
The only thing we could find.
I will.
Fucking gibberish. Does anyone speak gibberish? And I look over at Yuri.
Let me see where the hell
You
I
spoke
put
some gibberish last night.
When I'm drinking, I speak gibberish for sure.
it. Okay, this one. Shit. Okay, so everybody should be able to see the letter now that Vasin got.
I don't. What's it titled?
Letter.
Letter. He had the guy's name in it, but he was smart enough to change it.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Started with a G though.
I'm back. Sorry, my mother-in-law needed me.
So Vasin shared his letter with everybody.
Looks like.
Does anyone know Morse code? Does anyone have
Can you
something they could read this with?
Can you see it, Vatoris?
I can see it. I recognize some of the words.
Okay, well, so Vatoris, you recognize this as Thieves' Cant, so you can actually
Oh,
read
nice.
it, Vatoris. So
Oh, is that what? I'm looking at it. I was like, I recognize some of the words. It looks like. Oh, so that's why it looks like a second grader fucking tried to write this out.
Yeah, but is it different for him? Like, did you make it read normal since he knows Steve can't?
yeah, well, I'm working on that right now.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, wait a second. He's seeing
Well-
gibberish too.
Well, I can see all ye
Yeah.
avow the
code.
code. Like I could recognize some of the words, and then he mentioned Steve's Cant. I'm like, oh yeah, I could read that.
No, if you could see Yuri's face as he's trying to read it.
Just smell the smoke.
And he's just like, who the fuck's the butcher?
Yeah.
'Cause
I
that's
just
really all he can read.
after he sees that as like little hair of the dog, and I show my gourd like I shake it.
All right, so now, Vatoris, you should see the letter Enthused Can't. Translation.
Alright. Oh,
Oh, so do we all have a point of exhaustion for today then? Because we didn't sleep. You guys were all on
Yes,
rest.
yeah.
Where do I mark that?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't know.
I'm reading the letter now.
Because like last time, I just kept forgetting, screwing it up. I was hoping it had like
Well, 1 point exhaustion doesn't really do much, right?
it's like disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah.
And saving throws, I believe.
How the fuck did you do that?
You click underneath conditions, and then you can select level 1. Although it's not giving me the... Oh, here we go. Disadvantage on ability checks
Yep.
at level 1. 2 speed halved, 3 disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, 4 is hit point maximum halved, 5 is speed reduced to 0, and 6 is death.
Okay, but where is that?
Click conditions
Click
on
conditions.
D&D Beyond.
Where is conditions?
Right below
Underneath
your
your hit
health,
points, yeah.
and it's at the bottom, exhaustion. And if you click on the word exhaustion in D&D Beyond, it pulls up the list. And at the bottom, it gives you the various levels.
Yeah, I just posted the list in the chat.
So, what's
6
the letter
death.
read?
To all ye who avow the code, it is of my utmost attention that we shall all be made to see the terror arising in the sea. For far too long have we been split apart by those who swear kingship to these lands. We shall take it upon ourselves the duty of protecting our home, the sea, from the devils beneath the waves. Let us look past our malice towards each other and harness it to those who oppose us and threaten us. When the moon is at its peak and shines brightest through the month, we shall meet at the sacred place of our people. Signed, the Butcher.
Oh,
Well,
nice. That's not everything, but that's a fucking lot.
yeah. Well, where's the sacred... I really wish we had a pirate that knew something.
Okay, yeah. So that's a little bit of a flaw. Thanks, Nickler.
Would,
Argo.
Yeah, can we ask Argle?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Argo would know.
Oh, was that what you mentioned?
Yeah,
He was
this is
part of the
supposed to have been
story.
part of it, Meglar's story, yeah. Yeah,
So we'll ask Argle if he has any idea. I don't want to, yeah, I guess we could divulge whatever. I trust Argle.
okay.
Well, Vasin trusts Argle.
Vasin, oh, Dave doesn't trust Argo, but Vasin does.
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah. So you bring the letter up to Argo, who's up on the deck, and he looks at it and he can read it, and he's like, oh, the sacred place. All you pirates who are worthy of sailing to the Black Sand Sanctuary. That is the sacred place of the pirates. Only a skilled, true sailor can navigate the treacherous waters that surround it.
Good thing we got you, huh? And I pat him on the back.
Yeah, I've been there once. I personally didn't sail the ship, but that was
What was it called again? Sorry.
Black Sands Sanctuary.
As he says that, I point at the bottom of the page and was like, and who is this?
Oh, the Butcher. He's a pirate zealot. He's kind of an egomaniac, kind of a psychopath. Nobody should stand in his way. The thing about him is, though, he's a natural-born leader. He's ruthless. He's cunning. And by the looks of this letter, he's looking to have all the pirate factions join forces. The Reapers, the Sea Princes.
Yeah, but what are they talking about with terror from beneath the sea. Is that what that read?
If I had
Like
any
looking at
guess,
gibberish.
if I had any guess, I would say yeah, the terror beneath the sea is the Sahaugen and this Dagon you guys are speaking of.
So they're taking the money to band together to fight the Sahaugen?
That's the way I see it, and I wouldn't be surprised if the butcher isn't going to try to proclaim himself as king of all the pirates. We haven't had a king for, I don't know, probably a good 20, 30 years.
Well, we could, thanks for translating this for me and giving me that information.
Well, between you
By
and
the
I,
way,
hopefully...
this ship looks good.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
Appreciate your work.
Hopefully, the captain can sail us through the treacherous straits of the sands.
I hope so. When is the moon Mon? Does that say Mon? I'm like looking at Argyle, like trying to read it for
He's
myself.
Like, he
and
just kind of like
so
raises
confused.
an eyebrow, like, it says at the full moon of the month. So that's, judging by my calculations, it should only be less than 2 weeks from now.
And they're gonna meet there, huh?
Yeah.
Am I in the room with them too?
I went up top
Oh,
deck to
gotcha.
figure out what he's doing.
Well, while they're doing that, I'm gonna find a piece of paper and a quill, and I'll translate it essentially into common.
Well, I would think you know what most of this would mean, right? Oh no, he's not a pirate. Megler
No, I'm
was.
not a pirate. I can just read it. It's written in thieves' camp, but I'm gonna write out so that way you're not sitting there like, "What's a mon?"
What's a mon?
No, I like that because I don't know how to read it. It makes me feel more like a part of my character.
So, it's been a while. Like I said, I never sailed there. I was on the ship. My old captain sailed there, but I think it probably took us. We left from Seaton, or maybe we might have left from Carrington, but it probably took us. From here, it would probably take us about a week to get there.
Oof.
A week.
Oofa doofa.
Yeah, it's far to the west.
Well then. This is quite the predicament. All right, thanks again, Argyle, for translating this gibberish for me. And keep up the good work. I head back down.
And he liked that you took the time out to address him. So he feels like he's doing a good job. He goes back to doing his work.
After I come down, I relay that to everybody that I asked Argyle his opinion on what this meant, and everything that I just obtained. I let everyone know.
Okay.
So we got about a week to figure out some other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would think you'd want to get there a little early just to sound it out, do some reconnaissance and whatnot.
Also,
I mean, there's a lot of other stuff still on the table here.
yeah, I was gonna say we need to get back to Saltmarsh and we talk to Sarif again.
Yeah, and we have to. I mean, technically, we still didn't get paid for finding out the information the king wanted.
Yeah, he didn't say he was gonna pay us for that, though, did he? I don't remember.
Loosely, maybe. I mean, we didn't give him any information yet. We just said, he was wondering if that mining lady fucking was stealing it, but it's not the mining lady.
That's true.
But what's she doing with the crystals?
I don't know. All I know is she's not stealing the supplies.
Right. Yeah, we should probably go talk to the king. Tell him we're gonna be heading off for a little while.
Yeah, depart, maybe get some free ballistas or some shit for our hard work.
Yeah, and see if we can get paid for the investigating what's her face. We don't have like concrete evidence of what was going on because she's being kind of weird, but
Oh, we have this letter that I have.
she's not stealing stuff, so that's a plus.
Yeah. I have this letter. It's got a bunch of shit in it. I mean, he could do what he wants with it.
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll just give him the information on it that pertains to her, because there's other shit in here I don't think I want him to know.
Okay.
I mean, let's go. Let's go visit the king,
So
and then we'll get out of here.
before you guys go, I'm supposed to set sail with the Sea Princes today.
Oh, you are. Just be careful not to wear your red sash in the main part of town.
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't. I mean, that's up to you, but yeah, if you're gonna go sailing for a couple weeks, or who knows how long, we might not see you again for a week and a half.
I'm
What's
fine
your
with
plan?
I'm fine with not going, but I feel
You
like
just
I
joined him.
don't really. I feel like I don't have a choice.
The choice is easy. You just don't go. The only reason you needed to be in there is so we could find out where the meeting was. We found that out, so you don't need to be there anymore. It's up to you if you want to or not.
I mean,
The risk weighs the reward, I think, unless there's something I'm not seeing here.
I agree, ish. The only benefit I could think of, it depending on what we're up against, if we need the pirates' help to do, I don't know what we're up against.
All right,
You know what I
real
mean?
quick clarification. They said they were going to fight the Sahaugen or
Defend themselves from the Sahuagin.
So, Vatoris, did you show the translated letter to everybody that you made?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll give it to everyone, so I don't have to read the letter every time.
Perfect. So I'll put it in everybody's journal.
Pretty sure the way I heard it was they're trying to get their pirate brethren together to defend the sea from the Sahuagin.
I thought they were going to raise the Sahaugen.
He says, "We
No.
shall take it upon ourselves the duty of protecting our home, the sea from the devils beneath the waves. Let us look past our malice towards each other and harness it to those who oppose us and threaten us." And
Yeah, I don't know how Yuri can tactfully be like, listen, I mean, they pretty much jumped him in or drank him in to be a prince, so.
I don't
If
see
I don't
any.
go, they're gonna kill me next time they see me,
That is correct.
or
most likely.
try to. But they're also gonna try to kill you guys, definitely Vatoris if they see him.
I don't think that there's any benefit to you actually joining.
Benefit is very minimal, I would think. The only thing I can think of is
Unless you,
stuff that our characters don't know, so I really am not going to say it.
Unless you want to try and convince them to work with us or work with the guards, which is not going to happen. So
Well, I mean, we character-wise technically don't know that. You know what I mean?
what do you mean?
Our characters don't know what the Sahuagin are doing. We just know that the Sahuagin attacked Kolos' town, and that's it. And then we fought a couple Sahuagin somewhere else, and we found two vampires. You know what I mean? And they're working with someone on land. That's all we know. We don't know that they're forming this giant battle that we need to ally with. You know what I mean? As characters.
I mean, you never asked, but Colo kind of knows that.
But Kolos never mentioned that to us, so I can't very well be like, that's what's going on
Right.
in character.
How we got information from the lizard people?
yeah, we've heard rumors of the Sahuagin getting together, and a couple mentions of Dagon.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem that it was apparent enough to where that we should try to ally with the pirates to fight this giant other thing.
Oh no, I don't think we would ever be able to. none of us would be able to convince the pirates to a lie unless
No,
it's.
no, I'm not saying convince them. I'm saying to be like, hey, this is what we need to do in the big scheme of things. Like this whole damn time, everyone was like more concerned of just finding out these pirates and didn't even care about the Helgen until like last session. So I don't see the characters in general knowing much about this giant battle that's supposed to happen.
Right, and like theoretically, you don't know. I mean, really, if the Sahaugen and the pirates are aligned. Yeah, you see the letter that says that the butcher wants people to join together at this meeting place.
I don't.
Well, in character, I don't think we would know or even have. I mean, maybe the only one that would have a small would be Kolos. That's it. And
we
I've
don't
asked
even
about
know.
Kolos, I've asked like tons of time about what the fuck's going on with Salgan with you. Like ton of times.
Right.
And we don't know who the butcher is, right?
No, we've gotten a basic description from Argyle.
I mean, it takes a week to get there. The only concern is Yuri, like what you want to do. Like, yeah, that may be possibly an avenue out of character, a thing that we could pursue, but we'd have to find a way to make it make sense, or it just doesn't work.
To me, at least, out of character, it seems to me that if Yuri goes and joins the pirates, like until later on in the campaign, when either A, you die, or B, we get you back.
Yeah, that's the only
just
thing.
gone.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make a new character.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Like, if you do go, it's not gonna. Yuri won't be in the group, so it's kind of.
Plus, you're already told Vasin, like, look, I'm a traveler, so like, it doesn't really make sense at this point to join the Sea Princes. Just to like keep your word to them. And like you said, like Hector was saying, there's not enough reward for the risk of just staying undercover. At this point, if you guys ever run across any pirates, like anywhere not in the city, yeah, you're probably gonna have a fight in your hands.
We're just gonna have to kill them then.
Right, that's how it's been this whole time.
Yeah.
This was just temporary to essentially get the letter.
Bingo.
But I want to let it be known that they're gonna want to kill me.
They want to kill everyone that's not.
And you guys, because you're with me.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, they might want to like extra kill you because like, you started like saying some shit to go back, and he's like, he was starting to like question you.
Yeah, we'll have more of a target on our backs, but I don't think it's ideal to have. It's not worth having Yuri just go with the pirates. That's kind of like the whole purpose of the conversation on the ship before. I understand the intent of it was undercover kind of shit.
Yeah, so Vasin definitely knows like how Yuri stands. Actually, I think Yuri said that while you guys were all down there, or no? Was it just...
Well, me and him were. Well, I think Vatoris was there.
Yeah, it was in the meeting.
Yeah. So you know what I mean. I get it, but I think now is like, tell the king, hey, what's going on. The pirates are taking the money, and we have a list of shit they have, how much they took, and then be like, that's where it all is, and then be like, it doesn't seem like they're making an army to attack you guys, and be like, it's your problem, see you later. You know what I mean? I have no allegiance to this a-hole. I think this guy's a complete asshole. My character thinks this guy's a complete asshole. So I in my vision of it, he's just giving us a job. My job is done. We found out where his shit is.
We get paid.
Fuck you, pay me. Let's head back and deal with the other more pressing matters of finding knowledge of the fucking who's working with this Helgen on land. And meantime, I was hoping I'll talk about that later. The other shit. But the main thing, I think we should just tell the king, hey, this is what we did your job. We'd like some compensation for what happened and some ballistas for our ship and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm done.
And does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you guys head over to the kingdom, to the palace, and same routine. You're let in right away by the guards. They've seen you several times now. You have like a pass, so you go in, and the king is sitting in his throne. He looks like he's like slumped over, kind of like taking a nap, like an afternoon nap. And well, actually, no, it's still morning, but he's napping. So you guys go in and you wake him up. His servant wakes him up, and he sees you. Goes, "Oh, the travelers! Good to see you again, my friends. What news have you of the ambush on my wagon supplies?"
I'm just standing there, leaning against the wall, like ignoring every word this guy says.
I guess I'll take the lead on this one. So let's kind of take a step forward and say, well, we know who's been attacking them. We have a list of what they've stolen. We don't know where it is, but we're gonna work on
Finding out where that is.
finding out where it is, and also we found out where the pirates are meeting, and we think we know why.
Oh, the pirates meeting someplace. Tell me more, Hector.
So we were successful in infiltrating them. That was the whole plan. They're meeting off in the west.
No, don't say nothing. Sorry, I've
You wanted
coughed.
to say something?
Sorry. I was coughing, sorry.
Yeah, it was near a fire the other night. It's rough on them.
Oh, you know the fever's going around. Perhaps you should, seek some medicinal help on that.
Yeah, we'll check them out when we get back to the ship.
Didn't the king used to call me, like, dirty man? I'm
Probably.
clean now. I'm completely clean now.
But yeah, so we were thinking about going in and hunting some pirates. I was wondering if we could get some. Oh yeah, and also that. What was the name of the dwarf he was looking to for the mines?
Copper locket.
Copper Locket. We looked into Copper Locket. We don't think she was stealing anything coming out of the mines. We think it was all the pirates. So she looks to be in the clear.
Oh, well, that is excellent news. Here, and he calls over to the servant. Bring me some money. And he brings over like a chest, and he says, "Here, 100 gold each, Sheriff, for this information."
Ballista.
Yeah, we were actually hoping we could get a few ballista for our ship.
And money.
A few ballista?
Yeah, like 2 ballista.
The Navy needs that.
We also need it. We encountered pirates on our way here less than a week ago.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since you are going to hunt down pirates, I suppose the Navy could part with one of their ballista. I will send the crews down to work on it. It'll probably take them a day or two to have it installed.
Excellent. I appreciate that very much. As I was still walking forward to receive the some money.
Yeah, servants, give them the money. So he gives you each 100 gold.
Was there something else I was supposed to tell him, or was that it? Was that everything? We should really have like a better face than me, probably.
No. The king talked to you, like, out of character the whole time. Like,
Yeah,
you were
I
the
know.
one he talked to. He didn't talk to me because he called me dirty man. And
Yeah.
when Kolos was here, he just was bowing the whole time.
I was like fish man.
You call him like
Yeah.
Fish Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have that Greenwich Light Axe journal, so the only information I wanted to give him out of there was the shit about Copper Locket. We found amazing blue gems, valuable. Copper Locket offering a gold bonus for anyone that brings him her gems. Just give him the information about her and the blue gems. That's the shit I tell Hector prior before we came here. So he knows what it was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because does he have that letter in his NPC handout?
Hector should have that letter as well, yeah.
Light axe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Light Axe's journal. Yeah.
Yeah, because Yuri shared that information with all you
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So you're
Pretty
saying
sure that's it.
All right, so,
Yeah.
you tell him about the blue gems, and he's like, "Oh, puzzling. I guess I'll have to look into these blue gems. Thank you for the information. Here, servant, give them some more money." And yeah, right away, sire. And he gives you guys all another 100 gold each.
nice. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll be probably leaving port tomorrow after our ballista's installed, and then yeah. Been nice seeing you. Beautiful city, and
Vampires.
oh, you want to ask him about?
Someone's working with
You could. Hold on, what?
him. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
Previously dirty man. Do you have something to say? Speak to the king. Address me directly.
I just take a big swig out of my gourd. Do you know? Just like look disgusted that I have to talk to this man. Of Dagon.
Day who?
Dagon. Like I say it like he's a moron.
Well,
like
I may
pronounce
be
it real
80 years
slow.
old, but I can still hear and understand. How dare you address the king like this? And then you see like two of the guards like approach from behind the throne, and they ready their spears. No, it's okay. It's okay. Previously dirty man. What do you speak of Dagon? I don't know of these. What is this? Some sort of god?
I suppose maybe Fish Guy knows more than I do. Fish Guy.
If it has to do with the sea, I agree that maybe speaking to those who dwell in the sea would be a better course of action.
Fish Guy.
Oh, you want me to tell him about Dagon? I thought you were asking him about Dagon.
I did, but he asked me what I know, and I said Fish Guy probably knows better than I.
Alright. Kolos looks up to the king, bows his head, and says, Dagon's a demon lord. He's currently trapped in his abyssal plane. Potentially, his cult is trying to summon him back to this realm.
So the king
Actually?
just like sits there and just looks like stares at you like, but this is all gibberish to me. Procon will watch over all of us. I'm sure no harm from some imaginary demon lord will come upon this land.
Well, the issue is Grumpy King guy, that they got word that people on land are working with this Dagon demon. And one of your recruiters so happened to recruit one of his disciples.
This is what you spoke of, the supply depot manager.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Oh, I shall have him hung immediately.
No. It wasn't his fault. It's,
This is very confusing to me.
yeah, he sent somebody to go on the raid with us, and somebody else showed up. It wasn't his fault. It was his courier was intercepted. So
But he's working with this vampire enemy.
I didn't say anything about that. Where'd you hear that from?
Vampire's dead.
We killed a vampire on the road.
So he looks puzzled. He goes, "Vampires don't exist."
Okay.
So, like, I don't know if you remember the last time that you spoke to him, you showed him the skull.
Right. Can I don't know, insight check this guy, see what the hell he's playing at?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You can insight check him.
Doesn't remember what's going on.
Yeah,
Like
go.
two
Is he just a
big guy.
is he an old man?
Yeah, he's like in his 80s.
So he was literally just about to hang a guy for working with vampires. Now he's saying vampires don't exist. Like,
Go ahead. You can insight check him.
is he just like fucking with us? Like, hold on. Insight.
Nice. So, like, when you talk to him, he seems like dead serious. That, yes, he seems like maybe like he's a little senile, so he like doesn't always remember stuff. But yeah, he's again to that point where, if there's evil in his kingdom, like if somebody's like being corrupt, you sense that he is definitely that man of action of like. He seems legit. Well, like if somebody is messing with his money or his flow of trying to make this whole kingdom work, he'll just have you hanged. So he seems pretty legit. But yeah, like at the same time, he's old, and you notice that he might not always remember everything.
Gotcha. So I'm just gonna reiterate that's a sensitive situation. It definitely wasn't the supply depot manager's fault. It was he was the person he assigned to the job isn't the one that showed up.
Oh, well, I appreciate this information. So, here, servant, throw them some more gold. This is valuable information to help the safety of our whole kingdom. And he's like, oh, sire, he like whispers, we don't really have that much left. 25 extra each. That's plenty.
Also, we'll be looking into the where that person came from and working to clear that event of any suspicion. But I'd appreciate if you just kept on the down low for a little while.
Well,
we'll circle back to that.
Of course. I only wish for the best of my kingdom, to spread the wealth, and to bring this kingdom into the future. I want to make Seaton great again. It's horrible.
It's a noble goal.
Funny he says that because all I picked, he looks like and acts like Joe Biden.
Yeah, basically, that's what I picture.
Yeah, that's all I got. So if we're done, I just give him a little bow and turn to leave.
As soon as I see Hector bow, I just walk away.
Safe travels, friends.
Thank you.
Before I leave, I take my red sash out of my pocket and toss it on the ground in front of him and tell him that he should have his guards check out the local taverns. There's more pirates in the city than he thinks there is.
And he stands up right up out of his chair, like he's this 80-year-old man. He stands up, he's like, "What? Guards, send word. Check the taverns."
There's gonna be a bloodbath tonight. It's gonna be half people.
Then I just bow and turn around and walk away.
Then you hear him start like bitching at like all the workers and form a search team. All right, so you guys head back out of the palace. Assumingly, unless you want to do anything else in the city, back to the ship. But a couple hours goes by, and eventually you see some guys come out, and they bring a wagon out with all these pieces of this ballista.
So
they start installing it on the front of your ship.
while they're doing that, actually, I got to talk to the group and say that because we can't buy potions anywhere, I need to go get some mushrooms. I know there's some like south of the city, but I need to go there and grab some and then come back. So if anybody wants to go with me, or if
Is it
not,
dangerous?
fine. Nah,
As he's
I'm
saying
exhausted.
that, I'm looking at Vatoris, wanting my health potion back that he quote borrowed.
You're gonna
Oh,
have to wait. You're gonna have to wait for him to make more.
and actually, I should have one done by today because I started it yesterday. So, but then I'm out of supplies to make more. So I think there's a check I gotta make, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boston's gonna go back to the boat and meditate with Brother Full.
Okay. Yeah, the checks for the like health potions because they're like common. They're pretty low, but you are also exhausted right now, so making health potions today are probably a bad idea. And
I started this one yesterday. Am I still gonna? Does the exhaustion count for that, or is it just like when you set it up?
no, okay, I'll give it to you. Yeah, because you technically started it yesterday, and it takes one full day for it to actually brew. So
Yeah, make today would be at.
yeah, so you wouldn't want to make any potions today. You'd be making
Right.
health poisons.
You know, you roll the dice. And so it says DC 5, but I don't know what check.
Yeah, it would be like probably like nature or survival, one of those, something that has to do with like yeah, probably survival.
Nice. So we have one health potion.
Who wants it?
Who wants it? I think we owe this one to Yuri, so it's consider Vatoris' debt paid, and I hand it to put the stopper in it, and I hand it to Yuri. Also, be careful. That's the only one we have.
Appreciate it. But if someone else needs it more than I do, I can wait for mine.
I'm gonna see if I can get that handled here in a little bit. So.
All right, so Hector, are you going to go out and search the nearby southern forest for mushrooms?
Yep.
All right, so I'd say it takes you a couple hours to go down there. So you're gonna have to make a survival check at disadvantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I can transform into like a cat or something to get down there real quick, just if I can sprint there.
Yeah, I like
We've
that.
got horses.
Oh,
The
yeah,
horses are also like exhausted though. You just ran them.
Oh,
Hard.
touche.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna transform into. Actually, I'm just gonna transform into a horse and just fucking run by myself.
Okay.
Run down to where I roughly remember them being.
Yeah, and they're pretty common like mushrooms in like any like forest area, so they're not that far from the city.
And then I'm just gonna take a few minutes and cast locate plants and see if I can. That way I don't have to. Hopefully that way I don't have to make a check to find them. I can just like.
Yeah, it brings you right in the like specific area, and like you know exactly what they look like, so like finding them is not really that hard.
Sweet. Do I need to make a check for?
So
how
now
many
you
I
just need
get?
to make a survival check to see how many you can actually like find.
Sweet. 5.
All right. So let's roll a d4 minus 2.
All
You
right.
can roll it.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh,
one.
so you find one nice mushroom cap.
Well, that's what I hope for, but back to the city, and I transfer back into a horse and run back to the city.
Okay, so anybody else want to do anything before we get out of the city finally?
No.
So are we gonna go back to Saltmarsh then and talk to Sarifin then? Is that the plan, or are we gonna go someplace else? Or also, a quick question: do I know where the Black Sands would be?
Oh, that's a good point. So, Hector probably knows roughly of the area. Yeah, I'd say maybe not exactly because you're not a pirate, but like rumors have it in your travels of sailing in the area that you have an idea of where it is. But
Sort of dangerous. I wouldn't really want to.
Yeah, so like if you talk to Argos, I mean, eventually Argos will probably speak to you on the matter, being you're the captain, and he does have insight on where this is, so he'll probably like help clue you in on it.
Oh, before we leave, I need to go buy a spyglass because that is actually I can't afford a spyglass. Never mind.
Yeah, they ain't cheap.
Yeah,
How much do they cost?
it's 1,000 gold, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. So I know
It's that.
where Candlekeep is, and I know roughly where the sands are. If I plot a course sort of in my head, like, what's the best route to go, like, because we have to go back to Saltmarsh, and we have to
Here,
go.
I'll show you guys the map. So like now, I'm assuming you guys are back on the ship, and you're kind of discussing,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the crew, the officers involved, and discuss your course of action. So
I think going to Candlekeep was probably a good idea.
So this is your new region map of the places that you've discovered or heard of, with a little bit of a scale on there, which might help a little bit and try to figure things out. See, so like Hector, you know where Candlekeep is.
Yes.
And so, like, in your travels, I'm like, Oceanus would have let you know where, like, this is roughly where Seacrest is, and whether or not you guys have talked to Kolos or not, but his home is also on the map.
I did ask.
Yeah. And then same as the monastery, so
Okay. So it's a half day back to Saltmarsh with our ship, right?
let me see. I think that's what it was. Travel times from Seaton to Saltmarsh. Yeah, so it's like 100, a little over 100 miles probably. Let me see. You do the my scale didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so it's actually
I'm
a little
like,
bit
where the
longer.
fuck is Seaton? It's the big letters.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Seaton's the capital. Yeah, so it's like 125 miles from Seaton to Saltmarsh. And the ship can do 120 miles a day, so it's like a day's travel by ship.
Okay. And then
So it's a couple days to Candlekeep.
Because
And then-
Candlekeep is south from that, right?
Yeah,
South of
Do we-
Candlekeep's like way south.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have the ballista already? Like, is that all done? Or
No, it's not probably gonna be done until the next day, until tomorrow. So assuming you guys don't do much for the rest of this day, and you finally get your long rest in and stuff, and the ballista will be done by the end of the day, and then you'll be ready to sail tomorrow. So that means that would have been your fourth day into leaving on the fourth day at Saltmarsh or Seaton.
So many S's.
Yeah, and the
Okay,
sea. So I guess I'm just saying that because you guys like time wise know that it takes like a week to get to the Black Sands.
And we have less than 2 weeks before the meeting.
Right. So
And that's to find out. I mean, the meeting is really just to see what the pirates are doing. If we have a gist that they're getting together. Doesn't seem like they're using it to attack the king or the kingdom. So I don't know. Like, I mean, if we're gonna ask them to help us fight this whatever threat they're doing, then yeah. But I think we need to find out like the threat before we go there. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
what's the
know,
point of going there if we don't know what the threat is?
but this is our only chance to figure out what the meeting is about. It's all well
We
and
have
good
the
to
letter.
Yeah, it's
That's
Tell us what the meeting's about.
Yeah, so like out of game, like you guys kind of know, but like there's also like certain characters who might have more of a desire to go to the meeting than other characters.
Hmm.
But that's on you guys. I mean, you do what you want.
Yeah.
So I'm
Because
thinking-
Argyle expressed interest in wanting to go there to see somebody that
Yeah.
he hasn't seen in
Just-
a while.
Trying to think how to do it without getting killed because we're on their shit list because of we pretty much bamboozled them to get information.
Because
You know what
that's
I mean?
literally heading right into the Lion's Den of
Yes.
all
So it's
pirates.
not like running there is like literally going to the fucking blue beam of light and fucking with our fucking hands tied.
Yeah, see,
How are we gonna go into a pirate den with one ship and be like, "Hey guys, we're here to see what you guys are doing. See you later." You know what I mean? You can't just let's go there.
That's literally what I was gonna tell the king. Like, hey, this is where the meeting is. That way he could send a fucking fleet. We didn't have to go like just us. Be like, no, don't tell him. I was like, dive.
No, I thought.
That's what I was telling him where the pirate meeting was. He's like, don't do it. I was like,
Oh, because I was thinking that if shit went down, we could use them as help instead of the king killing them all. You know what I mean?
maybe.
That
Because
was
the
my
king would probably
train of
want to
thought.
just literally like bomb the entire.
Yeah, because the king's literally going to go in there and just send all of his ships to kill them all.
Right.
You know? But if the Sahaugan's threat is so big, which we really don't know until we get more information, then it'd be... I mean, we could talk to the king at any time and tell him within the 2 weeks. So we need to find more information out before, like within a week. In my mind, or in Vasin's mind, before we tell the king this is where they're meeting. That way, we're not completely shooting ourselves in the foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're not gonna be able to really because after we leave, right? We're gonna go to Saltmarsh. Then we're gonna go down to Candlekeep. We won't have time to go back and then go back to the Black Sands.
We really don't. We won't have to. We won't have to go to Candlekeep right away. We can go to Kolos's home and
Okay.
try to get information about the Sahaugan there.
Okay.
Because I don't know who he has there, but I mean, I'm sure they have just as smart people there on history about what the fuck's going on in the sea. You know what I mean? That my idea was to go. I don't know where his fucking village is, but I was thinking go back to Saltmarsh, unload, and do whatever we got to do in town, talk to whoever we got, and then go see Kolos's people, figure out, like, really find out what the hell the Haugen are. We don't even know, how they're bringing Dagon back, where these staff pieces may be. Maybe they know. We don't know any of that information. I mean, to better idea of it, then we could go to Candle Creek if we have time. But if it's something that I think that the pirates can help us with, then we'd be like, all right, let's not have the king wipe all the pirates out. But if it's something that the pirates are just going to be in the way, then yeah, fucking hell yeah, tell the king fucking this is where they are. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes some sense.
Because his place isn't that much further from Saltmarsh, so it's not going to take us a week to get to him and then have to go all the way out to their place,
I got you. Okay.
Anyone else have scheme directions?
What are we going to Candlekeep for again?
Information.
It's like literally the biggest place where all this information is.
Oh, we could also. There's like a lore master in Saltmarsh. I mean, how helpful is going to be about Sahaugen and Dagon and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Him as well.
I mean, we could hit those avenues when we, if we're going to go to Saltmarsh, we could make that a stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we'll go.
I just didn't know if anyone else had any other thoughts on the route we should take. Should we go to Kolos's home first and then go to Saltmarsh? Should we fucking Like anything else?
No, just minor details. We need to get the horses somewhere, unless you guys just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we could still
Eat
300
'em.
gold. And, yeah, we'll fucking sell them. I don't care.
If we're going to
Just
Saltmarsh,
dump them in. Let's dump them in the water.
Use
Or
them
we-
as fucking bait.
if we're going straight to Saltmarsh, we can just load them up on the boat, and we've got 3 horses.
Is our boat big enough to easily accommodate 3 horses for a day?
You probably could fit 3 horses on the upper deck, but you know it's not really designed for transporting horse livestock. You know, if you run into rough waters, you might lose a horse or 2. Just saying.
Yeah, we could
So-
try to sell the horse before we leave. Discount horses, only been beat the shit out of once.
I
And
still
then
have
if-
that new horse smell.
It's up to you guys if you want to try and go harvest some more mushrooms with me. But I need those to make health potions, so I have enough for 1 more.
Well,
Try and get
you want who wants to haggle the horses and try to get rid of them, and then we can help get mushrooms.
I'll sell the horses.
Because we have half a day still. Like I can't go back the same day, but the next day while they're finishing the ballista, could we go in the morning? Is that time-wise? Does that make sense? Well, I got a little lost on the time.
Yeah, I mean the ballista is going to be done probably like tonight, or if not early tomorrow morning. So, but like again, this all comes down to like you guys have all the time in the world if you don't want to go to Black Sands. You know, like you don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to go there. Then you can take your time, do whatever you want. So you just
Right.
got to outweigh
That-
the options of do you really want to
That-
go there, or what's
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, is that what we absolutely want to do to go there? Other than that, the Candle Creep would be a good idea to go to, because right now we need information on, like, we don't know much about Sahelgen
Right. So
or
if we
Dagon.
right. So that might be the better thing to do is to ignore the meeting. We know what's going on. We know they're not an immediate threat.
And that's, I mean, depending on other characters' actual, how the characters are feeling, what they want, you know what I mean? Any characters have things that they need to do there.
That
So
What?
Argyl's
where?
going to follow the crew. So like if he's in another meeting, he's he tells Hector, he goes, I may want to follow my heart, but I'll follow you, Captain Hector. You haven't steered me wrong yet.
And he, why did you want to go to the meeting again? I forgot. I know you told me.
Oh well, I was hoping to talk to my old captain. I had heard a rumor that she was going to be there back when we were talking to the bartender at the Crimson Sky. She mentioned something about Lady Joysword being at the meeting. So I know it's just something personal, and I don't want to go out of my way. I don't want the crew to have to get into some sort of trouble going into the Lion's Den when I'm just looking for answers.
I want to go to this meeting as well, but it's a personal matter.
Argo just looks over at you, and just stares, scowls.
What is the Black Sands? Is it an island, a landmass?
We don't know.
Well,
I was asking Argyle.
I know it's a pirate paradise. Is what it is. It's a jungle.
It's a titty bar, isn't it?
It's an island. There is titty bars there, a lot of them. It's got a small
that's
pirate.
where I'm trying to go.
It's got a small pirate village in a beautiful, lush jungle. It's hidden, and it's hard to get to, but
How large is the island?
it's large enough to accommodate an entire pirate fleet.
Hey, that could work to our advantage. If only the red the I forgot the name of the sea princes. There we go. If the sea princes are the only ones that want us dead, we could just get us a black flag and sail right into the reef.
Do you have a black flag?
No, I mean, it can't be that hard.
Are you gonna make one, or are you trying to say take one?
Yeah. If the opportunity presents itself. But no, I was just gonna say we just make one real quick. Or go buy one, or
Did you guys ever make the flag for our stuff?
nope. We have a design, and I haven't.
Oh, did you guys finally get a design figured out?
Yeah.
We've had one for a while.
Last time the flag was mentioned, you guys said you guys hadn't come up with a design yet.
No, I said we had the symbol of the yin yang dragon.
Yeah. Do you have that? Can you repost it, or you want to wait? till you get it done? Wait till you get
Somewhere.
It should be in the Discord feed,
It's the same symbol on the bottles of booze.
or maybe I have it.
I don't see it. I'm scrolling through all the chit chats.
So, I don't think I can go. I can't go to the pirate meeting now. I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can all go if we just avoid the sea princes. It'll be a little tough.
It's more than. They're not the only faction that's there.
Right. So we just got to avoid the 20 or so people on an entire island that know us. It can't be that hard. Plus, everyone's probably gonna be drunk off their ass. So like, a little bit of care, a little bit of planning, we should be able to avoid them. Hopefully.
I mean, with that many titty bars there, it shouldn't be that hard for them to be that drunk.
Just get in, do our business, get out.
So we want to go to this meeting, correct?
Sounds
I
like
do.
Okay, we'll go. We should.
But we can do.
Still, we'll have time to go to Salt Marsh and go talk to Kolos' people.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. We should have, because it's a week out there. It's a day to Salt Marsh. Do we know how long it is from Salt Marsh to Kolos' house?
Yeah, it's about 75 miles.
Easily do that.
And it's still on the way to. No, it's not out of the way, actually, isn't it? Because
No, it should be on the way because he said it's far to the west.
Yeah,
And
it's on the way-ish. So, like, yeah, I mean, Argyle tells you, you know, it's, you take a heading just north of Liara, but south of Verstad. Head due west.
Okay.
Did you make this map?
I did.
Nice.
Well, yeah. So, Gary wants to ask Argyle if he has any information about slave smuggling.
Slave smuggling. The princes deal with a lot of slave smuggling. I know they've dealt with orcs from Khazad-dûr, but personally, I've never done any of that. But I know it's part of the biz.
Yuri, are you looking to get into slave trading?
No, absolutely not. I am looking for the slave traders.
What do you want with them? If you don't mind my asking.
I have some unfinished business with them.
Oh, that's the best type of business.
And some questions.
Questions with your ex?
Oh, possibly.
Well, I've never been to Khazad-dûr, but I know it's out of the way from where we're headed, but It's up to you, Captain.
Yeah, we
Is
can.
Cazador where the slavers are?
Yeah, Cazador is a slaver island. Orcs live there. I know that they enslave lots of people. They come from the island there. I've heard rumors that they've enslaved goblins and all sorts of folks.
Can maybe hit that on the way back.
No, it's like the opposite. Not opposite direction, but it's like way far north. We could go there after, but it's not so much on the way back.
Is the... Oh, it's not on the map, is it? The Black Sands?
No, it's like far west off the map.
Okay, gotcha.
He says sort of you go between Liara and Vistad, and it's kind of just straight west a ways. So it's sort of on the way back, but it's also pretty far on the way.
Well, we can see what we can find at the meeting.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to go there. It's not completely urgent, but maybe if after or whatnot.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna not risk going out for mushroom. I'm gonna, as soon as the bliss is done, we set sail for Saltmarsh, and I'll see what I can find there. And then we'll head to Kolos after.
Sounds like maybe hit up the Lord Master, just see what he knows. Might not be much, but...
Yeah, I mean, again, like I'm not expecting a lot, but like at this point, like anything that points us in the right direction.
Did you get anything out of that book?
I haven't finished reading it yet. I got a few pages in before the end of the other night, but
Last night? Yeah, last night.
oh yeah, last night.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have plenty of time, like on your ship travels in between, like downtime, when you're sailing.
Gotcha.
I gotta see if I have like enough
Reading skill?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna ask. The next potion I make, I want to try and make with some of those blue gems we found.
Not it for test dummy.
Instead of the regular gems. So you'll have to just, I don't know if it's gonna function the same or different or whatever, but it's just give you a heads up before I just don't want to spring that one on you.
Yep, no, that's fine. You just let me know when you're gonna make them.
Yep. It's gonna be next game day.
Yeah, after you rested.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you guys doing? So let's get past this. You guys have the bliss is done. We'll just say it's the next morning. You guys are well rested now.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Sick of this town.
You guys shoving off,
Yeah.
headed
We're
towards
heading-
Saltmarsh.
Heading off towards Saltwater.
You have to manually turn off exhaustion, by the way, in D&D Beyond.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I had to.
Dude,
So-
click the long rest that says that if you just check it and then click long rest, it goes away.
I did do that, and it didn't go away.
Oh, really? I think mine did.
I had to manually remove the exhaustion.
It worked for me, so your mileage may vary, but
So
Yeah,
what flag are we
I'm
flying?
gonna wake up in the morning and meditate
Beautiful.
and then drink.
In full, like sits with you and he starts teaching you some like breathing techniques and how to maintain a level of meditation quicker, and how to focus your breathing and focus your mind. So you guys start heading off, and you leave the harbor of Seaton, and you start making your way south. You get to about, let me see here. So you get to about just about where the Abbey Isle is. So like sailing wise, like this narrow passageway between Abbey Isle and like Saltmarsh. It's like a very like rocky area. Like the ship, it would not be advisable to sail through there with like a large ship. So you guys have to you have to sail around Abbey Isle to make your way into the Bay of Saltmarsh. But when you get to about Abbey Isle, you look to the south as you guys are sailing, and again, you all of a sudden see this massive blue beam of light just come shooting like straight out of the coastline, and it like extends all the way up as far as you can see up into the clouds.
So that's
What the fuck?
What direction?
From the south. It's coming from like the shore down here. So you guys know like roughly the town of Silver Bluff is down there. It's like the nearest town south of Saltmarsh.
As I'm maneuvering around the island, I assume everyone saw it. We're like up on deck, getting ready to like leave.
Oh yeah, everybody sees that. Like everybody that's like up on deck is all like, "Do you see that? Like it's insane."
What do you guys think? You wanna go check that out?
Isn't the
Look over at Kolos.
I mean, I wouldn't at this current moment. You can if you want to.
Dameril is where that Death Lake is at, right?
So you knew that the Death Lake was in the Drowned Forest. Dameril, you guys were told, was the town that was like nearest, like where the canisters were going, where the town that was like nearest the lake. And you can assume like this is where you saw like the blue light from the first time when you guys were in Seaton. You saw to the southeast the great blue light coming from like like a good 100 miles like inland. This time you see like the same exact thing, like this massive blue light.
I would like to go now. Put it to a vote. If nobody else does, then we don't have to. But this seems a lot closer than the last time, and I want to see what's going on. Seems fairly urgent.
I'm fine
down.
with that.
I'm down with doing that, but I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, we'll take a 5-minute break then. All right, so you guys start heading south then, right, to the giant blue light. As you get closer, you see the massive cliffs along the Sword Coast, and the tiny town of Silver Bluff sits just on top of this of the cliffside. And like as you approach, like you see this massive wall of water approaching from the west, and it just smashes into the coast, and it like goes up over the 60-foot bluff, and actually just like washes over the entire town. And as you draw a little bit closer, out from the water stands this massive black figure. It stands about 60 to 80 feet high, just black rubbery skin and massive tentacles and these razor-sharp teeth. And as you guys draw closer, you're about like a couple hundred feet, probably about 500 feet away, and you see this massive thing turn as you guys start like picking up speed and drifting inland, and like almost like a current is like drawing you closer, like faster into the shoreline. This thing just starts like booking across the water, and it looks like this.
Sorry, everybody, I killed us all.
And
Dagon.
Didn't I just say not go down here?
So like as you approach, this is the thing. Like Kolos looks up and goes, "That's Dagon." And as soon as it like gets closer, it's about 100 feet off from the ship, and this massive wave comes towards your ship, and Dagon's tentacles reach out with these massive claws, and just as it's about to strike the ship, it just disappears. But the wave keeps rushing, and it smashes into the side of the ship. Everybody needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Tiger's genuinely scared.
Yes. So like, as this thing is just like coming towards you, and this wall of water just kind of like hits the side of the ship, and the ship rocks. Yuri and Vasin
Yuri!
both get knocked overboard and fall, like get knocked like 50 feet off the ship and just get launched off the opposite side of the ship. As the entire ship just starts to like rock on its side, and Hector has to grab a hold of the wheel and turn the ship into the waves in order to keep it from capsizing. At that point, Vasin, you have this incredible pain in your head, and you hear like these whispers as you're trying to tread water and you pop to the surface, and you feel almost like a knife just gets shoved into your brain. It only lasts for a minute as you kind of like come to, and the water all goes still again.
I'm looking around. Where the fuck is Yuri?
Yuri is like swimming, probably another like 20 feet off from you. He like pops up out of the water with his mariner's armor. And,
oh, that's right. He's got mariner's armor now.
he looks like a wet dog in the water.
No, I thought he was fucked. I'm like, well, there goes fucking Yuri after all that.
He just died anyway.
Falls on a boat and dies. My bad, bro.
I still swim over towards Vasin, like I'm gonna save him, when really I'm probably the one that needs saving.
Is the boat drifting away from us?
Yeah, the boat's definitely like a good like 60, 70 feet away, and like the current has started to slow. So you see the ship like as Hector like corrects the ship, it starts slowing its descent toward the shore. But
I'm gonna hop in the rowboat, have them lower it down so I can start paddling out to them.
yeah, like Bobby the Schlub runs and he starts like telling some of the other crew members to like lower the ship, but you can see like Bobby's like physically like shaking, and he may have like shit himself, and you look and there's like 3 other crew members that are just like overboard also. They got like knocked off the back of the ship. A couple guys are on the ship like holding on to like the main mast, and some of the rigging is just trying to stay on the ship.
Oh, there's like a whole bunch of people overboard?
Yeah, it knocked like all the crew. Yeah, there's like 5 people overboard and a couple people like laying on the deck.
Alright, fuck it. I'm doing this then. I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals, and I'm gonna have 2 octopus. This is a giant octopus come out and like help just like start putting people back on the boats and like right thing and make sure.
After a giant octopus thing just knocked us off the boat.
Yeah.
And
some of the crew members are freaking out.
I'm fucking dead.
Some of the crew members remember the giant octopus that you guys fought up by the Emperor of the Waste, and they're like, "What the fuck, no!"
Yeah, I'm freaking out. Vasin is also freaking out.
Puts like some of the other crew like back on the boat and like.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, like a couple of minutes goes by and everything gets. Some of the crew members get righted back on the ship, and Vatoris rows out to Vasin and Yuri, and helps them back on the rowboat, and you guys kind of like all like catch your breath as you make your way back onto the Sea Ghost.
I was about to be sad if I rode out there and everyone's already back on the boat.
We need to find out what those blue lights mean. If it is Dagon being brought back briefly, maybe they're finding parts of the staff and slowly combining it and being able to use his powers.
That could be.
Any ideas, anyone?
Was the town of Silver Bluff, was the town wiped out by that wave?
You guys are like still a little bit ways away from it, and it sits up like above. So from where you guys are like currently at, you can see like some of the larger buildings, like homes, well, you can tell that they were destroyed. There's like roofs and stuff like just kind of like ripped off of the building. So from where you are, it looks, and you can kind of get the gist that they just went through like a freaking tsunami.
Well, let's get. How far away is this?
We're down here where my token is, right?
Yeah, you kind of like drifted like closer to the
50
city.
miles. How long's 50 miles?
A little less than half a day travel.
Yeah,
On boat.
yeah, a few hours
Yeah.
on
What
the
about? All right. What about horses?
like seahorses? No, like horses. Yeah, it's
regular land on land.
Oh, land horses. Yeah.
I
So
think it'd be faster on the boat.
Yes, but he
so horses can do
depicted
50
as
miles.
in a giant cliff face. This is all cliff face.
Yeah, and horses can
That's
do
how
50
he
miles a
described it.
day.
All right, so we can get there in a day if we just went to Salt Marsh and traveled.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere to get on to land without having to go to Salt Marsh and go? Because I was assuming the way I was picturing it is like this whole air side is like rock face.
Yeah, like it pretty much
Right.
is all rock face there. Silver Bluff is like kind of like strategically
bluff,
like a
you know what I mean?
a safe
Yeah.
place up there.
All right, so you'd have to be docked and then travel there. You can't get there from the water.
Right. Yeah.
All right, that's what I was thinking.
As we're around that area, are there any people that were up on the town, like in the water, or not?
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm on the wrong page. This is my page.
I mean, you can do it with advantage because I'm sure like somebody's up in the crow's nest, kind of like yelling down to you, and what they see. So yeah, so you look out like towards the base of the like where the water crashes up onto the to the cliff side there. You see there is like a beach there, and you see a whole bunch of figures, like looks like bodies laying in the sand at the base of the cliff there.
I'm gonna go over and check them out, and then also I'm gonna have my octopus, because they're around for an hour, go check the water for survivors and put them on the beach if they're already.
Okay. So it takes you like another 20 minutes or so as the ship gets in closer, and to get real close, you probably got to take the rowboat. But like from where you're at, you can definitely see there's quite a few bodies on the beach.
Yeah, I'll just have the crew drop the anchor and say, look over to Sarge and say, I want to go check this out in person. You want to come? Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'm just gonna jump over. How far is it to the shore?
Last time I'm getting my fucking clothes washed.
It's probably only like 200 feet to the shore now.
I'm just gonna swim.
Yeah, because it's pretty deep here, so you can get the ship in pretty close, but you don't want to get too close. All right, so you guys are just gonna swim across then from the ship instead of taking the rowboat?
Yeah, I'm swimming.
Both of you? Sorry, Hector, I wasn't.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't take you guys very long, and the water's calm now. Like as soon as Dagon disappeared, there's these massive currents and waves just disappeared. And you guys kind of swim out, and it takes you a couple minutes. When you get to the beach, you notice that there's these rocks that are kind of in a shape, a pattern, all around the shore. Inside of all these rocks, you see there are the bodies of naked goblins, and they're laying dead, and they're manacled and chained by the ankle to a post in the center of this circle that's made of rocks.
I'm just gonna go check it out. Is there just, I don't know, poke around a bit? See what's up?
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and make an Arcana check. All right, so Hector, you look around at like the shape of these rocks, and it looks like this is some sort of like summoning circle. There's definitely some sort of ritual that happened here, and all of these goblins like you kind of like take a look at them, and they all look like they were like they had their throats slit.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Is there like? No, there's just a bunch of water. I was gonna look for footprints and a few tile. Shit. There's no weapons. There's no other bodies other than the goblins. There's no other people around.
Actually, yeah. Go ahead and make. I forgot. Make an investigation check as you kind of like approach this area and you see these dead, naked goblins.
Not good.
It's okay. It's not good, but when you do walk up to these goblins and you're kind of checking them out, you see these marks on the back of their necks, but you can't really make out what they are.
Well, at least now we know what the light is.
Kolos, what are you doing over here?
I'm saying a prayer over their bodies and just looking around, see if I see any people or anything else.
Okay, so you can go ahead and make a perception check too. All right, so you look out and you see these like massive like claw marks up the side of the cliff. Other than that, there's like this thick substance. It's almost like a mucousy substance. It's kind of like up against the cliffside as well, where these large scratches are.
Do I know what the substance is?
Actually, yeah. You recognize this substance as it's this thick sort of mucus that it comes from certain sea creatures. Your people know it because sometimes they harvest this stuff and they sell it to like surface dwellers. This is like this thick mucus that comes off of certain creatures, and it allows you to be able to breathe underwater. Only underwater.
I pointed out to Hector and tell him exactly what the mucus is.
That sounds pretty handy. I'm gonna take some of the vials from my alchemist kit and collect a bit of it. Whatever I can do like reasonably quick.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get like probably 2 little jars of mucus that you can like kind of scoop up to fill up enough of it that's within reason, within reach off of the cliffside. Other than that, yeah, that's you see some goblins. You don't see anybody like any survivors or anything coming from like up above you from the town.
He says like 60 feet up.
Yeah.
Gee. All right.
Is there any like pathways off the beach where somebody could have ran to get away from the wave?
Pathways off the beach. No, you don't notice anything.
Okay.
You know, like a lot of the coastline, like around this area, is like very like craggy and like sheer cliff. So, and then one thing that like Hector, you kind of think about is like you've seen this same cliff like along the Sword Coast in a lot of spots. Like Candlekeep itself is built on this massive bluff, this big cliff that it's like a really like well fortified area because you can't really reach it, but. Then you kind of think to yourself a little bit like, wow, like Dagon just like climbed up there, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dagon is also almost as tall as the cliff, so.
Exactly.
Kind of want to see what's going on up there. Is it Luke? I mean, I assume it's probably gonna be rough to climb.
Yeah,
So,
just by looking at it, like you guys both kind of like with your Kolos' perception check, you see there's a lot of handhold and stuff. Like it's rocky, so like you can climb up it, but like along with the handholds, there is a lot of like a lot of wet rock there. So like, it could be potentially slippery, dangerous, but it's not like smooth. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna climb up there real quick, or at least try.
yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
Just strength or athletics?
Oh, athletics. Yep. All right. So yeah, like you make it up about 30 feet, no problem. You're about halfway up there. What do you want to do?
Missy step.
Okay.
The rest of the way. Use that real quick. And just Missy step right to the top edge.
Perfect. Yeah. So you pop up to the top of the edge, and as soon as you get up there, you see the devastation that this massive wave did. A lot of the houses that were made of wood are just splinters, and it's just all over the ground. You see dead bodies like sprawled out everywhere. Some of the stone houses, they're still standing. The roofs are ripped off. That's what you kind of saw from the ship. You aren't seeing any survivors from your first glance on top of the bluff.
Gonna yell out and see if anyone's there.
Yeah, so you yell out, stand around and kind of like look around for a couple minutes, and it's completely like dead silent.
Hang out for a minute, listen, make sure nobody's coming. And after I'm fairly certain that there are no survivors, peek around a couple houses real quick. And as long as there's nothing there, I'm just gonna head back to the shore.
Yeah, you start like walking around, and you're not seeing any survivors for a few minutes, and like you start looking in some of the houses that were still standing, and it's just everything's just like destroyed within the house, and there's like still water flooding throughout the houses and stuff. And you kind of like look out over this entire bluff for as far as you can see, and it's just like like a mile long of just like devastation. Like the entire little town was just wiped out in seconds.
As I'm up here, can I look? Does it look like he was? So he was summoned on the beach and then crawled up here, then summoned a massive wave, just wipe everybody out.
Yeah, that's the gist of what you could tell.
And most of the bodies are here, or is there like a disproportionate number of them missing, or?
No, from what you can tell, they're literally just like all over the place. The whole like thing is just littered with bodies. I mean, none of them like you can tell they all been kind of like swept away and flooded.
All right. I've seen enough. I'm just gonna head back to the cliff. Tie off. I have a rope and whatever, so I can tie that to a rock at the top and rappel down.
Okay, yeah. So you don't need to make any checks or anything. It takes you a couple of minutes. You're extra careful, but you end up making your way down. But you're gonna lose 60 feet of rope.
Yeah. Well, I only have 50 feet, so I'm gonna probably take some fall damage here. So I'm just gonna drop blast.
All right. So yeah, we'll roll a d6 here. Yeah, you only take 1 point of fall damage as you kind of jump down to the beach.
I just tell Kolos. I just like look at the ship and just walk like deadpan and just say to Kolos like everyone's dead. There's nobody survived.
Kolos is just stunned silent.
So at this point, like Kolos, you have heard like some of the lore and stuff growing up in the city, learning about Dagon, but this is like the first that you've actually seen of this reality and the devastation that this demon can do.
I do want to check underwater to see if I see any humanoids, if you will.
Sure. So yeah, like you just like, kind of like dive out in the water and look around, and you just see fish swimming around, and it looks pretty normal down there. But the surface, like you can tell like the sand and stuff is definitely disrupted by the massive typhoon that came through there. But you don't see any Sahaugen or anything like that. There's no bodies in the water either.
Okay.
I just walk out to the ocean and start swimming back to the ship.
All right, so you guys get back to the ship. What's everybody else doing when you see Hector?
I'm like waterlogged and just pissed off that now I'm back to being dirty again.
dirty.
I can clean you up a bit.
No, that's okay.
You sure? I think you look.
Yep.
I think you look better, not hobo-ish.
No. They won't recognize me in Salt Marsh if I'm not dirty.
So you'll just
This
be
is
dirty
true.
everywhere else.
I've lived in Salt Marsh for quite a while now.
All right, so we
Like how you.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna tell him I like how he showed the king no respect.
I got no respect for him. Where's Captain Hector?
Are we like anchored down right now?
Yeah.
I mean, should we go to shore, guys?
We can't get up the cliff. I think we should just sail back to Salt Marsh and assess our ship, make sure nothing's really jacked up, and offload our supplies and stuff, and get back to the manor. And then get ready to visit Kolos' homeland. Figure out if we could all go with him or just sit on the boat and wait.
Didn't he say that they wouldn't let us in for some reason or something?
They may be racist, like extremely racist.
Yeah, as far as I know, my people don't deal with any outsiders. Like,
I mean,
I've
you're just the guy that watched the wall, right?
Right, I've never had to deal with them. So as far as I know, we don't do outsiders.
Yeah, we're playing pretty close to the chest here. I mean, might as well take some risks, right? Either way, I think we need to get back home.
Yeah, so I get back to the ship. I just have him raise the anchor, drop the sails, and head back north.
Okay.
Boy, my shit disappeared.
Yeah, because I put a ship on there instead of Vatoris swimming in the sea.
I was just trying to mark where we were, that's all.
I know why you did it, but now I gave you an even better one.
Yeah, I
It's the
just
sea
thought it was.
ghost.
Green sails?
It's the sea ghost. It's the exact
We'll take what we got.
token.
Nice. I forgot that had green sails. I was imagining white.
Sea Ghost to Salt Marsh.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't take long. You guys get into the to the Bay of Saltmarsh and finally return home after another probably almost a week on the sea.